Hello everybody. I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I was just preparing for the beginning of what's going to be a very exciting and fun day today. First off, welcome to the live stream. We are live. Second, it is a beautiful day today. Little bit of wind, but I will say it's a beautiful, sunny, clear day, which makes it a perfect day for what I have in store for you guys today. Now, as the thumbnail said, we are going to be doing kind of a basic kind of a tour of a lot of Amelia Earhart related exhibits and things of such nature. Reason being, where I'm at today is the birthplace of Amelia Earhart. For some of you that may not even know who I'm even talking about, let me just give you a quick little rundown of who Amelia Earhart is. Amelia Earhart was a female pilot that flew, man, I'm gonna have to guess here. I'd probably say between let's just say early 1900s, back when, basic start of planes was even beginning, you can call her a pioneer, especially in the world of female aviation. But basically, she was known for making very long distance journeys in a plane, single journeys, okay, where obviously she had to stop and gas up, but it would just be her and another co-pilot, which basically they were just there as like, a navigator, there to help with the map. Remember, it's the times there's no GPS, things of that nature. Now, she set off on a world record attempt with another co-pilot of hers, one that she's traveled with many times, and at one point of their journey, they became lost. They had radio communication at some point with, I believe, a military base that was on a boat. This was an event that was, going to be monitored, by a lot of different resources. It wasn't just somebody taking off on a little adventure with nobody knowing where she was going. There was a lot of resources put into keeping her safe and on track. But unfortunately, something happened, and there's a little bit of a mystery to this because, one, she never arrived where she was supposed to be. Two, they never found her or her plane or her co-pilot. To this day, it's a mystery. Okay, now there's a lot of little stories, myths, legends, and we'll probably learn about some of those today. You may have already read about some of those or seen them on a lot of those like Discovery and and I like those channels, Discovery and what's the other one? National Geographic, when they do, like mysteries, unexplained. Ace Man says she was famous for being the first woman to fly across the Atlantic. She tried to fly around the world and got lost in the Bermuda Triangle. So they say. But yes, you're correct about everything else. And the last part too. I believe that was the area where she was last, basically tracked to. And that's been one of the lores and mysteries. But we'll probably find out a lot today. Now, I've got a lot of little things in store today for you. I'm going to kind of leave them as little kind of surprises. But we're going to start off the stream today at a very beautiful park. Now, there's something a little bit special about this park because this park overlooks a really fucking beautiful bridge. And there's even something very specific and special about this bridge. This bridge is actually named the Amelia Earhart, I believe, Memorial Bridge, something like that. But very cool. Again, I wanted to start somewhere that had something to do with her, and I think this is a great way to kick off the stream and a great way to give you guys a beautiful view of the area I'm at. So hang tight, buckle up. We're about to send up Sky Chopper 420, and it is a little bit windy, clear skies, but wind that Sky Chopper 420 can manage. And you guys are in for a gorgeous view. I'm gonna just leave it as a surprise. I could just turn you around and give you a little hint, but nah, I'll let Sky Chopper 420 do it. But anyways, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I hope you guys have had a wonderful start to your weekend. Happy Sunday. Day, 9, I think we are, of our adventure in the Midwest IRL road trip. If you're just tuning in, we've got a lot of adventures that you can check out if you need something entertaining for the rest of today after we end today's live stream at some point today. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's hung in with me so far with the adventure, and we're going to continue. We got a lot of fun stuff lined up. We got a great day today planned, and just continues on, man. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and starting tomorrow, we've got a really fun adventure. So yeah, enjoy. All right, so let me get prepped here. All right. Just be a couple of, well, yeah, let's just say a couple of minutes. So if you need to get you a bevy or use number 1, I wouldn't say number 2 unless you're a quick number 2, or just take the phone with you if you're on your phone. If you're on your TV, oh man, you're in for a great view. Oh my gosh. I just got to enjoy one of my live streams from Sky Chopper 420 on a TV. Oh my gosh. I'm missing out on watching some of my streams on a TV. Now, I know the chat experience isn't the best. Well, I guess you can just do it on your phone and watch on the TV is what probably most people do. Oh, I kind of need to put a battery in there, huh? That'd be important. All right, so let's put that there. Let me get my hoodie on so that way I'm not too cold. Oh yeah, if you guys want to say big thank you to everybody that's helped support this stream, this journey, this trip. Just in case they aren't in the chat, I want to keep saying it because I know they may not have been in there yesterday. I think they were in one of my main chats, but thank you, Nat. They were a donator that I forgot to say thank you to while they had donated on one of my live streams. I found out that Dawson had donated a power chat while we were out fishing, me and Roofer, and I must have not seen it. I think you guys did, but I apologize I didn't have a chance to say thank you to Dawson that day. Thank you again to everybody else. Like I said, I appreciate everybody's support, and if I've missed saying thank you to somebody, it's not my intentions. All right, here we go. Let me get you guys going. I think we're set up here. Let me get this set up here. All right. Oh, let's see here. Oh, it finally changed it on me. I was like, man, it's been too good on me. So what do we got? Okay. Okay, I think we got it here. All right. You guys should be seeing here a beautiful view. Excellent. All right, here we go. Hang tight, buckle up. Make sure we're looking good on my end. We sure are. All right. So that is the Amelia Earhart Bridge. Get you guys a kind of a nice view here. Now there's two bridges here. Let's zoom in here. So I don't know. I guess this new one is probably the Amelia Earhart bridge. Maybe this was the older one down here. Let's get a better look. This is the park that I was at over here. Get you guys kind of a 360 view of where we're at. They've got this little part over here. I'll show you. Kind of looks over the river. We're gonna do a little kind of walk around here. We probably can go around the bridge here soon. But yeah, man, what a beautiful view, huh? Like, what do you guys think in the chat? Yeah, I would think some good fishing. What up, Vanessa Jean? What up, Jack? It's like a nice place to fish. Let's get a little lower down here and check out this bridge. Oh, this is a train track, not a bridge. Pretty cool, huh? I'm gonna go check out the river a bit. That's the park here. Check out this little bank here. That'd be a cool little place to fish. Let's see. Water might be clear enough. Man, that water in Arkansas at Beaver Lake was fucking clear, man. You could literally see a fish down there if there was one. It's like a nice home out there. I want to take a couple of pictures before I land. Let's see. Can't tell if that's a house or a couple of houses. But let me switch over to picture mode really quick, you all. Oh, let me end that. Yeah, badass, huh? Let's get some nice pictures. Bro, I took a beautiful picture, man. I'm going to post you guys. I love the 360 pictures. I might actually take one here at the bridge. Might as well while we're in Rome, you know? Usually with the water, it looks so cool. All right, let me get one here in the middle. Let's take another one here. Boom. Let's get a little closer here. Ooh, I like it with the water tower. Let's get one with the zoom. Yeah, so we're starting off at a little piece of history here at the Amelia Earhart Bridge. And then, like I said, we're going to move over to a really cool place that I've never been to. But I think we'll learn a lot more about the history there, and I think they got a lot of Amelia Earhart artifacts there. So, but again, this is the birthplace of Amelia Earhart. All right, so what I want to do is a 360 picture. Let me get closer here, and we're going to just float right over here in the middle of the river. For some of you that don't know, this is the Missouri River here that you guys are looking at. All right, I kind of like it right here. All right, so I'm going to switch over to my pano mode. We're going to do a sphere and hang tight. It's going to look a little funny. It's doing a 360 shot for you guys right now. No, the bait shop was closed, man. Oh, that's weird. Oh, my gimbal shouldn't be stuck. Well, it's working for me. Let's try this again. There we go. So right now it's taking a bunch of pictures on its own, and it's going to stitch them together to make a spherical picture. It's badass. I'll post it on Instagram. I've already got one from when I was at the Beaver Lake that, man, it was amazing. Sometimes I might be able to share it with you guys right on the screen. I don't know. I've never tried. I don't think it would. If it would, it wouldn't be in good quality. But yeah, we're almost done. Dude, I love this. This is one of my favorite features on this drone. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, there we go. That was it. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, I don't think it would let me look at it. Yeah, no, it just lets me look at what I'm looking at. You guys... Oh, wait, hold on. Was that on the screen? Let's see. Oh, yeah, you guys might... Hold on, let's see if it'll let me stitch it together so you guys can see how it came out. Look at this. Check this out. Let's see. I don't think it'll do it, but let's see. That'd be dope if it did. I'm downloading it right now. We'll see how it looks. I'm going to go back. I don't want to lose you guys. Anyways, let's get back to the video mode, huh? Oops. Alright. So yeah, get you guys a little bit of close-up if you guys still want to see what we're doing here. I'm going to record. Always recording. But yeah, for those of you that are just joining us, we're here at the Amelia Earhart Bridge. It's like an old train track here. I don't know if they still use it. I'm pretty sure they probably do. Guess that's the way the train crosses the bridge. Ooh, look at the birds swarming. Look at all those birds up there. Holy shit. Yeah, we're definitely not flying near the bridge. All right, back to my panoramic shot. All right, let's land her and let's head out to our next destination. I got everything I need, and we can kind of zoom right over here. Let's see what this is all about. I think, yeah, this is this like memorial over here. Get you guys a little closer. Pretty cool, huh? All right, let's land this motherfucker. Ooh. Woo, like butter. All right. We're going to switch over to our live stream now. Oh, yeah. Let me just put a little Sky Chopper 420 away. What up, roofer? So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Yeah, I wonder what that is for. I don't know if somebody like chills there, if that's like a guard shack or if that's just an old maintenance shack. But give me a sec. I'm going to switch you guys over to my other phone. That way I don't have to use a hotspot. Which honestly, I think the data here is pretty good, which probably is just fine streaming, keeping it the way it is. But I learned yesterday how to switch out phones now, which I actually prefer. Actually, kind of nice to have my other phone, to be honest with you, not streaming off of, because that's the one I can make calls off of and shit. Alright. Well, another successful, beautiful flight off of Skychopper 420. I would have to say so. What do you guys think? Alright, yeah, we're going to go somewhere nice and inside where that wind's not bothering us anymore. Give me a second here to get you guys loaded up. Although it's a nice clear day, it is a little chilly, and then that wind doesn't help. All right. Hello, hello, Roofer. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier. All right. Got my little guard on this bad boy. I don't know what got that thing stuck the first time. That was weird. Alright. So I think we're going to head out to our next location. We'll just leave it like this. That way I can just use my Navi like this. This kind of works great. Hey, I just got your message. Thank you, Jack. Alright. Let me make sure I still got... Oh, I got to turn my Bluetooth on. Alright, so make sure I got everything loaded up. Alright, so we're going to go to our next destination. This is going to be really cool. You guys are going to enjoy this place. I'm excited. Alright, so let me plug it in here. This is going to be the... Oops. Should be open now, I think. Yep. Boom. All right, yeah. Be there in about 10 minutes, so let's roll. Let's get out of this wind for a bit. Make sure I didn't leave anything. No, we got everything. Hell yeah, man. That was awesome. Got some good footage. Good B-roll. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Probably one of the better views you can of that bridge. I don't think you can really walk up over there because of the vehicles. You can't, I mean, you can probably walk on the train track if you want to dare so, but I wouldn't. But let us continue our journey into the Amelia Earhart mystery. Now, I've seen there's a website. Again, I don't know how outdated this is or if they even continued forward with, you know, the money they were trying to fundraise with their project. But basically, there was a group that had said they think they, you know, using Google satellite images that they had found basically what they think was her plane. Like, you could kind of see like a part of it. But what was kind of crazy is they claimed you could also see through Google Images almost like an SOS, like somebody drew or did some, you know, which, you know, God, you got to imagine it's almost been over probably close to 100 years, you know, with wind and stuff, if that would remain on there. I guess if you dug a really deep SOS, but almost that you could faintly see like somebody dug in SOS into the sand. But they were trying to basically fundraise money to go back over there and do more research into it. And I don't know whatever came of it. I mean, I must say, you know, reading their theory, it was pretty convincing. But, you know, a lot of people can be very convincing, you know. I personally couldn't see a lot of what they were showing on the photos. I kind of could see what they were saying about the plane. But basically, you know, you're putting that already in your head. It could have been anything at that point. So, I am still in the state of Kansas, pizza. What up, Grunge? We are right next to the Missouri River. I don't know if you just joined us or you had a chance to see the footage we just did right now, but that was of the basically Missouri, not basically, it was the Missouri River. All right, so let me get you guys switched over to my other phone holder here. Get you guys on the old, give me a second here. Rear view phone holder. Alrighty. Coconut cloud. Well, I'm sure something. If she went into the water, I'm damn sure something like later down the road that they thought looked like an American that, you know, they just grew up with the. There's all sorts of crazy stories. Hopefully, we'll be able to read a few of them here at the next location we're heading to. But yeah, there's a lot of different little theories. And it's amazing that even till now, you know, with all the technology we have, you know, they still haven't found anything. And that goes with a lot of the stuff out there in that area of the Bermuda Triangle. If I'm not mistaken, and help me out if I'm not, you know, correct me in chat, but didn't they have like a whole squad of like Air Force fucking, you know, planes go just vanish in the Bermuda Triangle? I don't know if I think they were on an exercise. I don't know if it was a real mission or an exercise, but either way, a whole squadron. How many planes is that? Like 10 planes or more? And I don't think they've ever, to this day, ever found any parts, anything related to that. I mean, how do you explain that? Fuck out of here. That's insane. This grain silo to the left. That's how you know you're in the Midwest, my friends. That'd be a fun one to get you guys a good shot. It's just getting a little windy, so I don't like flying when there's a lot of wind, especially when you got to get like these close-up shots like at these silos. But man, is that shit fucking creepy looking. There's another one. I think that's the same company, that little grain silo we flew by yesterday. Blair Feeds. Oh man, Grunge. Those things are fucking crazy, bro. I mean, that's now how warfare's going to, obviously. But, I don't know. I don't know if that technology was already coming. If, you know, what would have been without the Ukrainian war? You know, I mean, you gotta almost think, was the fucking Ukrainian war even just fucking facilitated just to fucking create money for that industry now that Lord's probably in the billions now, you know, just pumping out these fucking military-grade drones? You know, there's a lot of U.S. companies now that are going to Ukraine and now basically going 50-50 with the Ukraine into a company, which I don't know about all the legality of that, to, you know, produce arms with them. And then obviously, you know, well, you say, well, why you want to partner up? Well, because you get to test them in fucking Ukraine. I mean, what do you think, what better else fucking situation do you get to actually test out your products in a real, you know, fucking wartime environment? But, yeah, it's been going around for hundreds, thousands of years, probably. People make money off of war. But anyways, hopefully I still got good connection with you guys. Let me know, man. Because like I said, I'm hotspotting it off my other phone, which I don't have to. I don't have to. Makes it a little bit more convenient for me, but if the connection gets a little shabby, I can always just go straight back to my data phone. Alright. Let that kind of be my snack throughout the day. And I already ate it all. Shit. Ooh, now it got a little warm. Alright, everybody. Hang tight, we're almost there. I'm showing just a couple of minutes left. If you like pina colada. Alright, I'll stop singing. Oh, that's a cool old building. Looks like an old rail depot building that somebody converted into like a little duplex or something. Multiplex. There's more than 2 little apartments there. Keep on going over here. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. We're showing 1.6 miles. Guy mowing his lawn. Football today, huh? Damn, I bet you. I wonder if there was a Kansas City Chiefs home game. I could have gone to Kansas. No, I wouldn't have gone. But I'm not too far away from Kansas City. I think that's where the Chiefs play, right? They play there. But I would not be interested in driving into a big city right now. I'm not in the mood. What do they call it? Like non-cash type of assets? Which I guess at some point could be cashable. But congrats, man. I hope you got a cool meal sitting there. It's all yours, man. I'd take it out of the bank, though, if I was you. I wouldn't trust a bank right now, these days. Get you some gold, bro. Invest in some gold. Oh, that's a badass old grain silo, whatever type of silo that was. I don't know if you guys saw that on the left-hand side. That was cool. Alrighty. So I think we're gonna be swinging a little righty over here. Alright, so I think we're arriving at our next destination. Let me just see, where do I park? Alright, I think here. This looks like a parking. Alright. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm taking off my freaking seatbelt, so what of it? I'm about to park. Give me a break. Man, I'll tell you what, this reminds me when I hear of like a Midwest like airfield, you know what I mean? I definitely can see Amelia Earhart launching out of here. Now, I don't know if she ever flew out of her hometown. You know what I mean? That I can't speak of. I guess we'll find out more. But she was born in Atchison. All right, let me get you guys switched over to my selfie stick. And let's get going, man. Get my wallet, because I'm sure this place will probably charge some moolah, rightfully so. I don't think I need to put you guys on an extended battery yet. So I think we'll be good on that end. I'll bring my speaker with me, just in case somebody wants to do I think even not only power chats, but I think the YouTube super chats play through the speaker as well, which is kind of cool. Oh, shit. Did I not connect it? Or did I not turn it on? Oh, it shuts off after a while. I forget. You got to be those streamers that are always getting donations for it to, like, stay on. It's got, like, one of those battery saver modes. There we go. Now it's on. Okay, cool. Let's roll, guys and gals. I got everything. I think I do now. Sure, yeah, let's put our wallet somewhere better than that. Location, got chapstick. Yep, I think I got everything. I think I'm as prepared as I can be. All right, so we're here, man. We're at the Amelia Earhart Museum. Looks like inside of a cool-ass hangar, which is pretty rad. Let's go check out and see what they got going on, man. Looks like they got a little statue dedicated to Amelia Earhart, famous aviator. Here you go. So whoever was in chat giving us, I think it was, who was it earlier, giving us some information? Ace Man. There you go. You were right. First woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. So I guess she didn't have our assistant aviator with her at that time. So let's check it out. Can meet her there. Hi, how are you? I'm doing fantastic, thank you. I would like to tour the facility if that's okay.
Absolutely. Have you been a part of the military?
I do. I have my, this is the card that I always present for any discounts. It's my America Beautiful military card.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so that's going to be 1302, please.
Oh, cool. Thank you for the discount. And I'll give it to you. I think I have the 2 cents.
Okay.
I'll just give you that. I don't need
Oh, I
any
have
other.
2
Oh, do you?
Don't
There's
worry.
a. Oh.
Yeah, I got 2.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
thank
just saw
you.
'em. Okay, let me get you some.
I appreciate you.
2002.
May I take one of these visitor guides
Of course,
here?
yes,
Okay.
and please sign our guest book.
Oh, absolutely. Woo, yeah, thank you. I love pens. I won't say no to that.
Nice.
Yeah, no, they look very nice.
So $7 is your change here. You want a receipt?
Please, I would appreciate that.
You will find the unexpected everywhere as you go through life. By adventuring about, you become accustomed to it.
Love it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course. My name is Grace if you need anything.
Okay,
but
Grace.
You're welcome to head on in through the double doors whenever.
Okay, thanks, Grace. I appreciate you.
Alright. Oh, and one more thing. Where are you from?
New Mexico.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm traveling through the Midwest. I'm staying here in Atchison for a bit just because I'm doing a whole paranormal kind of like tour. So
That's
yeah.
fun. You have to go to the South House.
Oh, I've been I've been there once 2 years ago and stayed there. So
did you experience
oh yeah.
anything?
Oh yeah. I went with another friend we brought some serious paranormal investigation equipment with us and got some really good EVPs and just all sorts of cool stuff.
Did anything
So
happen there?
we had not like anything as far as getting like, like a lot of people were like hoping to see like, something get moved or anything.
Like a door closed.
Right. So no, I didn't see anything like that. The best thing was the EVPs that we got where you could actually hear a few different voices and very clear, like what they were saying. And then we had some cat balls that got moved, which can't say if that was me that may have moved it by accident. And then I did have one time, there's a music box that went off.
There, yeah.
That spooked me, but somebody says that it could have been the sound of my camera going off. So there are a lot of things to debunk, but the EVPs are loud and clear. There's definitely paranormal stuff there, 100%. Have you been there before?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I went my freshman year. I'm a senior, so a couple years
Okay.
now. I went with a group of friends.
Okay.
And, we don't really usually do that kind of stuff, but it was interesting. It just seemed like an old house to us.
Right. Did you guys have any like paranormal stuff? Did you guys bring, or just kind of were hoping to just kind of be quiet and listen to everything?
We were just kind of like wanted to scope it out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Experience.
I think a lot of people just do that too. Some people just go for a few hours. Some people stay the whole night. So
yeah,
that's
I'm
cool.
honestly scared, so I don't think I can.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. We didn't stay the whole night. We did, but not like the whole
I don't know if I can
night because it gets cold. Yeah, and it's obviously you're like not very comfortable there already. So, well, thank you, Grace. I appreciate all your help, and I forgot my visitor guide. And yeah, you have a great day. Thank you. I will. I appreciate that. I'm gonna read this here really quick. Miss Amelia. All right. Amelia Earhart was a courageous trailblazer whose inquisitive nature allowed her to explore a talented pursuit of passion for flying. Determined to have a chance at seeing adventures, though she disappeared. Okay, here we go. Though she disappeared while attempting a record-breaking flight, Amelia's legacy endured, and her story has reached mythic proportions. Amelia's steadfast spirit continues to inspire daring us to dream bigger, fly higher, and work harder to achieve our goals. Places exhibit sponsored by Lockheed. That's pretty interesting. Come meet her. That's crazy. It's like where they take the old, probably like an old reel they had, and then they, put color to it, and then the motion. You know what I mean? Oh, check it out. Oh, this place looks so cool already.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. Would you like to hear a little bit about our plane?
Sure, absolutely. I would love
Alright.
to. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is Muriel. She's actually named after Grace Muriel Earhart,
Okay.
which happens to be Amelia's little sister.
Okay.
Because this happens to be a sister plane to the one she was flying when she went missing in 1937.
Oh, okay.
So this is the last Lockheed Electric 10E left in the entire world.
Wow.
Now there are some differences though between our plane and Amelia's. For example, when you come around to the side, you will see that we still have all 10 passenger windows still intact.
Okay.
Because these planes were built with the intention of them being a 10-passenger aircraft. But of course, Amelia didn't use hers for that reason.
Right.
So she had all 10 passenger windows as well as all 10 passenger seats removed. She added 4 fuel tanks to be able to go 4,500 miles farther
Makes
without
sense.
making so many additional stops for the fuel. Now, the landing gear on this plane is pretty special for 1937 standards. It is one of the first planes of its kind to have fully hydraulic landing gear. So a simple push of a button, that landing gear could just swing back.
Okay,
and forward.
cool.
Now, this was a really big deal because most planes prior to this one had that wooden crank that the pilot would just have to crank and crank and crank to get those wheels to go up and down. Otto Sperry Gyro pilot was also installed onto Amelia's plane, and the really cool thing about that is that it was one of the first forms of autopilot. Now, it wouldn't exactly fly itself, it more or less would just float, and if the
Okay.
wind would catch it, it would know to correct itself and level itself
Oh,
back
wow.
up again.
Wow.
So, yeah, each engine has a horsepower of 550. Our top speed is at 200 miles an hour. The
Wow.
last thing Amelia did to her plane was add a navigation station for her navigator, Fred Noonan, because she was not alone. Amelia actually didn't know how to use the stars to navigate at night, and being 1937, we didn't have the GPS or anything
Right,
fancy
right.
technology like we do today. So she knew she needed a little help from Fred along the way with that. And lastly, Amelia and Fred took off on June 1st of 1937.
Okay, June 1st, 1937.
Yes, sir.
Now, and I don't know if you can answer this, but I had just a question now.
Yeah.
I read outside that she's known as for her well known for being the first female aviator to fly, I guess, across the Atlantic.
Solo across the
Fly-
Atlantic, yes.
Solo.
Yes.
Was that done in was that done throughout in multiple days or just done in one day? Do you know the?
I know it was several hours.
And okay, so that's why she wouldn't have had like a navigator then, because she would have known
so
how
that
to.
was a solo flight,
Okay.
yeah.
She went on was obviously going to take a lot more
Yeah,
days,
that
and
was
why
her
she wouldn't have been a
round-the-world
navigator.
flight. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And
great.
when she was flying solo across the Atlantic, she actually flew in her Lockheed 5B Vega, which is that red one up there. And that one is actually in the Air and Space Museum at the Smithsonian. in
Oh
DC.
wow, cool.
So, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
the one she did her solo mission. That's just
Yeah.
a small model there.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
How
yeah.
cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So cool. Thank you for all the information.
Yeah,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, I am. I already am. Thank you. Yeah, imagine trying to fly and then hand crank your landing gear at the same time. Last of its kind. This is the sister plane, and I'm sure you guys caught that, but just in case you didn't, give you just some highlights of the tour guide's information that she just gave us. This is named after the younger sister of Amelia Earhart. So this would have been the same plane that she flew when she disappeared, but obviously they made some modifications because of her type of flying that she was going to be doing. You know, they took out the passenger seats, added some fuel tanks, yada yada yada. But this is the last available in the United States. Okay, so she is the last remaining Lockheed Electra 10E in the world. What a beautiful plane, man. We'll do a walk around and then we can read some more information. So this one had the 10 passenger seats and windows. Hers didn't, but everything else would have looked the same. So this is what they can't find here, man. So she flew for almost 15 hours to cross the Atlantic. Thank you. So I guess that's why she didn't need a navigator, which is very surprising that as much flying as she did, she wouldn't have tried to learn how to navigate her on her own at night. All right, let's continue walking around here. So this is the main feature of the museum, is this right here, man. This is what I came for. I saw this in the picture and I was excited to come see it for. So rivet shear forces. Shear forces act parallel to the skin of the plane. So this is why they don't use screws. Instead they use rivets. And this is why. Rivets maximize resistance to shear, expanding to tightly fill the hole. A screw would be weak against shear forces likely to break at the threading. So then you got to ask, well, what is a shear force? Shear forces act parallel to the skin of the plane. So you've got tension force going this way and shear force going that way. And that's why you would have to use a rivet. So I'm just looking at this. Interesting. So airplanes are designed to glide smoothly through the air and resist damaging forces. Amelia admired the Lockheed Electra's iconic design. Yeah, it's very nice. But the plane doesn't look as it does just for beauty. Everything about its shape was carefully designed to maximize strength and increase aerodynamics by reducing drag, the friction of air across the plane. Even the rivets, the fasteners to use to hold the metal skin in place, helped the Lockheed Electra resist shear forces that might otherwise rip the plane apart. Well, that was a better explanation than me trying to guess. Convair was the first time in my life I had a chance I could produce something. I did it. Wartime riveter. So women made a lot of the rivets. That's Rosie. Remember Rosie? Mary Doyle Keefe posed for Rockwell's portrait of Rosie the Riveter. Years later, she shared, "I'm proud of this painting. It's a symbol of what the women did for the war, to do their part and to give up their nail polish." So there's the name behind the... So women working in the defense industries became known as Rosie the Riveter when the popular 1942 song hit the airwaves. That's the We Can Do It poster. Oh, wait. No. Today's iconic We Can Do It poster was little known during the war years. The better known Rosie, that's the one. This is the We Can Do It right there. That's Rosie. Remember the We Can Do. Actually, the We Can Do It's pretty popular. I remember that one. I mean, not that wasn't during my generation, but I always remember that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Man, look at all the rivets on this thing, man. Could you imagine? I guess you got to do that, each one of those by hand, right? They didn't have machines doing that. So every single one of those had to be riveted. Man, you really don't appreciate even just the rivets until you learn about them, right? I was just walking around not even realizing that a rivet was that important. So hold each rivet. Okay, let's try this here. So this is interesting. What is this about? Oh, cool. What? Oh, dude, it's a game. What? Okay, I want to play. All right. Electric T airplanes like Mule are held together by rivets made from a special aluminum. These icebox rivets must be kept... Whoa, look at this.
These icebox rivets must be kept cold until they are driven, so a mechanic must work quickly and carefully. Why would they have to be kept cold? Because of the aluminum? That's very interesting. Ace, man. Alright, so let's play. Ready? So I grab my riveting tool. Okay, go slow and be precise. How do I know? Okay, that one's done. Done. Oh man, I only got 3 rivets. Oh, you're playing against somebody else to see. So let's see. That means you would spend 118 hours and 3 minutes riveting to restore all mural's exterior at the way I rivet. Hold on. I want to be a quick riveter. Give me another chance here now that I know how to play the game. Well, how do you... Alright, we'll restart and then we'll try again. That's pretty cool. Well, hence why I'm not a riveter. But let's continue our little walk around here. Get up there. I can't wait to see that. So what's this here? Prepare for takeoff. Start packing here. I want to learn more about the, the story of what people think happened. Amelia and Fred Newman had to carefully choose what they packed to ensure their plane would be able to fly while still having enough supplies for their long journey. Try packing the Electra for the world flight. Whew. Oh, you got to make sure that it's under the pounds there. Amelia, or the weight limit, excuse me. Did you know Amelia's Electra 10E Special weighed more than other Electra 10E airplanes? The extra fuel tanks added about 800 pounds, even when empty. Damn. 800 pounds, even empty? Jesus, I wonder what it would have been with the fuel in it. So it talks about, let's start right here. Off to war. The government pressed airplanes into service when the United States joined World War II in 1941, confiscating privately owned aircraft to support the war effort. Many Lockheed Electras were taken for military transport and reconnaissance, and some commissioned from the Lockheed Aircraft Corporation. The U.S. Army Air Corps requested a modified Electra, the XC-35, in 1935 to learn more about its high-altitude flying capabilities. As the Lockheed Electra models were a proven military-worthy aircraft, it is no wonder they were sought after to support the U.S. war efforts. Mural was operating in Brazil. This is the history about this plane. Again, this is the sister plane to Amelia's planes. Okay, so same plane, except hers had modifications, but this is not it. I want people to understand. Obviously, it's not, because they never found it. But this specific plane... Okay, so they keep them cold because when they warm up, the metal expands. Okay, so let me just put this into my theory. Keep them cold, so, okay, that makes sense. So Mural was operating in Brazil when World War II broke out, which prevented the plane from being confiscated and modified by the U.S. military. So this thing didn't, I guess, go into service because it was hiding in Brazil. Oh, let's read about... Oh, man, they've got a lot of cool things here, bro. I can see people playing with some of the other exhibits. Okay, a petite pack. So let's see what she packed with her. The Lockheed Electra 10E was filled with heavy fuel tanks, so packing was limited to essentials. Amelia had one small suitcase for her personal items. She packed 5 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, a light jacket and raincoat, an extra pair of shoes, and a few toiletries for her world flight. Amelia poses at the door of her Lockheed Electra with the luggage she designed to be lightweight, an ideal option since she always needed to pack lightly. So that was it. Amelia and Fred left parachutes behind in Darwin, Australia to cut weight and allow for more fuel, arguing that they wouldn't be helpful over the vast Pacific. I wonder if that could have been a bad decision or not. So they did not have parachutes. See, that's important information. That's good to know. I didn't know that. See, now I do. So they did, but they left them in Australia when they went over the Pacific. And I guess that's where they got lost, right? Advanced preparation. Amelia began planning her around-the-world flight over a year before she took off on the adventure. She pored over charts and maps with her advisors and examined weather reports from around the globe. George Putnam, her manager and husband, arranged the international permissions required for Amelia to fly through restricted airspace. That's pretty interesting that even in the 30s they still had restricted airspace. In 1936, when her Electra was still under construction, Amelia spent time, there she is, with Lockheed engineers and mechanics, learning the ins and outs of her new flying laboratory. Oh, that's pretty amazing. Amelia prepared for flight using charts outlining how much fuel and oil would be waiting at each stop. Communications between our pilot's cockpit and the navigators in their cubbyhole was carried on by means of a cut-down bamboo fish pole with an office clip at the end to hold the cards upon which messages were written. That's interesting. Most interesting information came up to the pilots from the navigation department. Not only was it important to know our position at any given moment, but our rate of speed and the computation of fuel consumption and quantity remaining in the tanks. So do you guys understand that? They didn't have they didn't have a radio communication device. So they literally had a bamboo fishing pole with a clip, an office clip, and it would just hold a card where they could write a message on it. Yes, that is ace, man. See, we're learning a little bit more. All right, so we're going to continue going around the plane, and then they've got some exhibits up there, and then they've got more back here. I mean, they've got them everywhere, so let's keep just learning some more stuff. Look at from under the, give you guys a close-up there. So feel the difference. Touch the panels to feel the difference between polished and corroded aluminum. How do you think corrosion would affect the strength of a metal panel on a mural? So this is polished aluminum. Yeah, that feels like awesome. Corroded aluminum. Well, this is going to be less, this is less resistant. This is going to be resistant where there's the corrosion, you know. So Amelia looked after planes like they were her pets. While the complex machinery required constant maintenance, the aluminum exterior of the plane also needed frequent care to avoid tarnishing. Tarnish is a type of corrosion, a natural process that occurs when the atoms of a refined metal lose electrons, usually to oxygen atoms. The oils produced by our skin can speed up this process, which is why it's important not to touch the plane. Do not touch. All right. So we'll finish our walk around here, and then let's start looking at these exhibits over here. Yeah, what up, Yubnub? Yeah, pretty cool, man. I mean, a lot of history here with this plane, if you really think about it. But, yeah, I've always been fascinated with the whole Amelia Earhart mystery. Now, we're going to go to, we're going to drive. Unfortunately, they have her birthplace here. You can visit her home. It's not open today, but we're going to drive by and I'll show you the outside of it. It looks like a really nice place. But they've got another museum where you can actually go inside her home, her birth home, and read about what, you know, I guess more of her family and stuff like that. So here you go, childhood. Amelia would not seem out of, we're not going to read every single one of these. I just want to read stuff about her, you know, because that's what I came by, was to learn more about her and, you know, maybe get more of a sense of what could have happened, you know. She seems like a really intelligent person, so, you know, that speaks for itself, you know. I don't think it would, I mean, even smart people can fuck up, but just saying. Amelia would not seem out of place today, but she was an uncommon child for her time. Unconcerned with society's expectations for how girls should behave, she was determined to follow her passions. Amelia was a natural leader, conducting daring, imaginative exploits with her sister, cousins, and neighborhood friends in tow. Drawing inspiration from the rapidly changing world around her, Amelia dreamed big dreams from an early age. A curious child with a love of learning, she used her creativity to experiment and solve problems. She was unafraid to fail and try again. There you go. Try again. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Think about this, bro. This is in the 30s. Well, she flew in the 30s. What? She was probably a kid in the what? Go back, like what, in the 20s? This might even be 20s, okay? 1920s. Look at what she had as a gift. Muriel, that's her sister. Left center, and Amelia far right. Right? Muriel, left of center. Oh, wait, I think that might be her. Yeah, left of center and far right. So that's Amelia. That's her sister, Muriel. That's what this plane This plane is named after her little sister. So play with a toy hot air balloon given to them by their father, Edwin Earhart, 1906. So this is 1906, bro. He frequently bought the girls unusual toys to inspire their curiosity and creativity. That's pretty cool. They had a toy hot air balloon in 1906. Background, Otis family portrait taken in Atchison. That's where she was born. So, she built the roller coaster. What? Hold on. Amelia's father took the family to the 1904's World Fair in St. Louis, which featured the scenic railway roller coaster. The ride took people on a whirlwind tour around the world through exotic displays of Florida, Greenland, and the Persian Empire. Young Amelia was curious in her travel, but was disappointed when she was told that the ride was too dangerous for girls. She wanted to experience what it felt like to whiz along the track, so she decided to build a coaster for herself. Well, there you go. Some more pictures. Let's see. She engineered a mechanical trap to capture the stray birds using an empty orange crate with the hinged lid. The trap worked, an early example of how her creativity led her success. And this was because her inventiveness helped Amelia solve problems. After her neighbor's chickens dug up the flower seeds she had just planted in the garden, Amelia didn't stay frustrated for long. She engineered a mechanical trap to capture them chickens. She told ghost stories in the caves near her grandparents' house, and using an old carriage in the barn, invented imaginative games. Yeah. Dang, 98. That's amazing. So, what? I want to read more about this roller coaster she designed. I tried making one of those one time when I was a kid, and I'm glad that I did not end up putting my sister on that little track that I made, because, oh my gosh, some people would have gotten hurt. I tried connecting, like making this track like that went, like we used to have a wooden fort, and I tried, like I made this like MacGyvered ass track, basically like a ladder, and it went like from the wooden fort like across our like little jungle gym. So basically it was like trying to mimic like like a track going over like like a gap, you know what I mean, like and God, this must have been like what 15 feet in the air. When you're a little kid, you're going to hurt yourself at 15 feet in the air. And what I was going to try to do was literally wheel my little sister on a wagon on the track that I made over that gap, like a roller coaster. And I'm glad we didn't do it. But anyways, yeah. But that's cool. She made her own freaking roller coaster. So let's see here. After greasing the planks of wood with pork fat, they used the 8-foot-high tool shed roof as a launch point. See, that's kind of what I was doing. Amelia whooshed down the track in an old wooden box. All right. Let's see here. Well, how do you design your own roller coaster? All right, I thought she designed something like this in her backyard. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, you can launch the roller coaster with your own. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, look it. What happens if I stop? Oh, I launched it. All right, here we go. I've been on some wooden roller coasters before. They're fun. Holy shit, that's cool. Bro, that's all gravity fed. Is that gravity? No. Do you think there's... No, I think it is. All right, we're going to do this again. Dude, that is badass. Hold on. Let's read about this. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Amelia experimented with her homemade roller coaster, adjusting the angle of the track to get a longer, more stable ride. Track design affects the transformation of energy throughout the ride. The coaster performs work to get the cart to the top of the first hill, building up potential energy related to the position. The higher the first hill, the more force of gravity can pull the cart down. Once the cart begins to move downhill, its energy transforms into kinetic energy, the energy of motion. So it was all kinetic energy. So the initial hill gives the coaster all the energy it needs, maximum potential energy at the top of the first hill, maximum kinetic energy at the bottom of the slope. Other hills are shorter because the cart loses energy to friction, the force of one surface against another. Bro. We're getting a little fucking Bill Nye the Science Guy on here. Alright, so our brains release chemical messages that influence our personalities and decisions. Interesting. Alright, I want to play with that. Let's try this again. Alright, so it's right there, dude. What? Well, hold on here. What launches it up, though? Okay. You didn't want to show that, though. We've got a little motor in here. Hold on, little cheater, pumpkin eater. Now, is that to launch it, though? Okay, so it needs a little spring. Okay, it's got a spring action. Look it. It's got a spring. I wonder how they launched the original wooden roller coasters. They must have had to bring you up like on a track, right? I mean, I don't know, dude. Anyways, this is pretty cool, though, I'm not gonna lie. So I guess you just crank this. So we're cranking it. It's cranking that crank. That cranks this, which cranks that. I just think this is just random cranks that are spinning just to make you look like you're doing something. And in reality, this just hits the little on button that just... Okay, let's just get to this. So you guys already saw me crank it. Dude, that sounded horrible. Anyways, let's just get this initiated and watch this again. Alright, yeah. So the motor's bringing it up. Okay, it's got to have a little motor to bring it up. And then there's no more. Then it, right there, when it clicks, it lets it go. Boom, boom, boom. Bro. Oops, hold on, I'm going to do this again. Damn. This is pretty legit, I'm not going to lie. Look at that. Let me give you a cool view of this. Like, let's look at this track here. Dude, whoever built... I mean, honestly, they should, like... do they sell kits like this to build, like, your own little wooden roller coaster? Probably like a Lego kit. I'm sure they have Lego kits like this, but... I'm not gonna lie, bro. This would be fun building life-size, like... not, like, real-size roller coasters, but small-size scale roller coasters. That's pretty cool, man. Alright, so let's launch this thing in. I mean, let's see what this does. It goes up here. Goes down the big hill. Boom. Oh, dude, it's got a loop? I didn't even realize it had a loop. Look at this shit. It goes down here. It goes up. First loop. Boom. Then it goes... Dude, it's got enough energy from that loop to get it up this thing. Small hill. Down. Small hill. Gives it some more... That's a bigger hill. Boom. That gets it going fast. It whips it around this curve. Boom. Small hill. Gets it going a little fast. Small hill. Gets it around this corner. Boom. Small hill. Small hill. Small hill. Returns it back. Alright, let's do this again. So we just crank it. I want to see what it does, though. Like, what's launching it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get you guys a view of it when I launch it from here. I can't see you guys, what you guys are seeing. But hopefully I can watch it. Okay. Dude, this thing is fast. I can't even keep up with it. I want to get a good one of it going on that thing. Alright, here we go. And then we're gonna move. Sorry. This thing is fascinating. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Right back. Alright, that was good. Alright, let's keep going. What's up? What's this? Watch your step. Atchison, Kansas was a bustling town when Amelia was growing up. Though she moved many times during her childhood, Amelia always considered Atchison her hometown. While some things have changed, many familiar landmarks date back to the 1800s. Use the hotspots to learn about Amelia's life in Atchison and explore a lasting impact on the city. So, look at this, you guys. See this bridge? I wonder if this is where we were at, where they built that Missouri bridge. Maybe they used the old bridge as the railroad track now. They built the new bridge, so we were probably like right over here, dude. This is the Missouri River. So let's see what was right here, kind of close to the other side of the bridge. That was the other side. We saw that. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's where we were at. So that's the Amelia Earhart Memorial Bridge. Originally known as the Mocan Free Bridge, it was renamed for Earhart for Earhart in 97. This 2-lane cantilever truss bridge opened in 1939 and was built by the Works Progress Administration. So I think it's that little one that was right before. I think they turned into a train now bridge. That's right next to the new bridge. Oh wait, yeah. That's right. So this bigger one, I don't think is the Amelia Earhart Memorial Bridge. I think it's the smaller one here. We'll have to look into that. But either way, you guys got to see that. That's why we started the stream there. So I was not in bullshitting you guys. All right, what else do they got? So let's see. That we were over here. Remember when I took you guys to that railroad depot? That was the railroad depot. What's right there? Oh, that's downtown. Remember we went downtown? We were in downtown Atchison. We went on the tour with Dawson, the haunted house tour. So we went downtown. That's cool. I mean, it kind of looks like it in a way. Keep going. The original one was demolished in 2013. Oh, shit. Okay. I was a little wrong. I can't go anymore that way. What else do they have? What's this? Oh, we might go there today if the weather is better. They've got actually they call it, and this is what would be cool is with the drone, is they've got what's called a, watch, let me see if they show it over there. It's a park, but they've got, literally, there it is, yeah. It's called an earthwork. It was made in 97. I wonder how do they do that? It's pretty interesting. But, you know, if you see, you can see this on Google Maps. But on a drone, we can go there and fly the drone, and I can get you guys a cool view of that. Yeah, we might go check that out. Okay. So this is a little bit of stuff about her house. Unfortunately, we can't go in the house, but we're going to go drive by it so I can show you guys exactly where she was raised. There's one of her report cards. Let's see how she did. So this is from 1906 to 1907. Reading, she got it. Well, hold on. I don't know. What's an E? Oh, excellent. So she got an excellent in reading for her first, second, and third quarter. Spelling says 99. And that would be an excellent 94 and 100. In English, she did really good. Excellent. So her as a baby, her as a child, probably as a middle, teenager, 10-year-old, excuse me. Middle, that was 4. She was born in July 24th, 1897. She's a Cancer like me. Oh, wait, no. She's one, no. July 20th. She's actually not a Cancer. She's just a couple of days past. She's a Leo, I think. So Atchison, the city we're in, was founded in 1854. Atchison was the westernmost railroad town in the United States. Attempting to cement its position as the gateway to the west, the booming town was a major funder of the Atchison. Oh, that's why it's called the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway. We know Santa Fe because I'm from New Mexico. However, Atchison had no bridge spanning the Missouri River until 1875, and trade was diverted to other growing towns that had invested in bridges earlier. So they should have invested in a bridge. Remember the Simpsons episode when that guy comes to try to sell him a mono, what is it, like a mono line? That was actually a funny episode. So let's see what got her into airplanes. I'm still trying to figure that out. So you can listen to like what other people say. Let's see what her father said.
Amelia has a wonderful brain. She'll go far.
What her cousin, let's see what her cousin said about her.
All I knew was that Amelia was more fun to play with than anyone else. I admired her ability, stood in awe of her information and intelligence, adored her imagination and loved her.
You guys are listening to it from there.
And it held true.
Pretty cool. Oh, it hangs it up. So, oh, that's cool. So the phone knows to hang up when, or to, see, look at it. It's got like a spring there. So when you lift it up, it goes up. When you hang it up, it goes down. Then I guess this is what. And then you would talk into that. Interesting. All right, I can't wait to get to that one right there. Ooh. You can actually use this to take a picture? Make your avatar, touch to begin. Get ready, loading. Oh, wait, what? I'm just looking at this. I don't know if you stand in front of it. Oh, it does. Look it. Cool. Look it. There we are. All right. Take my photo. Look good? You guys, does that look good? Yo, what up, Mark Miller? Yo, that's a cool phone, man. You should have kept it. All right, let's create avatar from there. So do I want to be a pilot, nurse, a mechanic, or a fashion designer? Dude, I want to be a pilot, bro. Let's go. Step back to the footprints. Okay, these ones here. Okay. Yo, hey. I like that. Gave me my mustache. Hey, why do you give me a double chin? I ain't fat. You trying to say something? That's a pretty good looking avatar of me. I like it. It does look like me, though. That's hilarious. So it says I'm a courageous pilot. Heck yeah. Oh, wait. That's Amelia. There's me as another pilot.
My first flight so clear. It was just after Christmas, 1920.
Oh, man. I'd be a scary airline pilot.
For a 10-minute hop.
Dude, that's so cool how they'd have this. It makes you like...
200 or 300 feet off the ground. I knew I had to fly a plane myself.
It really makes you feel like she's right there.
Lessons cost money. With all kinds of odd jobs to pay. 28 jobs in all.
Yeah, she worked to get those flying lessons. I guess even back then you had to pay for them unless you had a family member that could teach you how to fly. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. This is cool, man. I mean, this is a really nice, they got a lot of nice, look how big this is. I mean, it's just one big hangar, but they've got a lot of cool, like, I like the interactive exhibits, you know what I mean? It's very modern. I mean, this is like, you know, it's not all old and not bright. It worked just fine, you know, worked great. Here we go.
With a group of girls from Smith College. I knew what I learned would apply to airplanes as well. To me, the motor was as interesting as flying itself, and I welcomed a chance to help in the frequent pulling down and putting together.
A roofer. Thank you. Roofer just sent me a screenshot. All right, so she worked as a mechanic. That's pretty dope. I guess that'd be a pretty good job to do if you're going to be working on your own plane. Ooh, look at this, dude. You guys can't see it because of the way this makes it look. It sucks, but this is like, it's 3D, bro. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I get back if it looks better. No, it doesn't, but yeah, the video, see, that's crazy how the camera makes this look, but it doesn't look like that. This is actually like a 3D. It looks like virtual reality. It's pretty cool. So let's see, I guess we learned about, let's learn about the history of planes. This is cool, man. Fuck, look at, oh yeah, Da Vinci, 1505. Produces the Codex on the Flight of Birds, a study of flight with several flying machine designs. So it kind of started with Da Vinci. Now 1647, this is kind of the unmanned gliders time. Unmanned gliders strengthened our understanding of aerodynamics and were an important technological advance after centuries of experiments with kites. The first glider, dubbed the Dragon Volant or Flying Dragon, was built by Italian inventor Tito Barantini in 1647 and had 8 wings. Though it reportedly carried only a cat as a passenger, I hope it lived, the information gleaned from these early experiments laid the groundwork for aviation to soar in Amelia's time. 1731, what the freak is this? John Hadley and Thomas Godfrey create the first sextants, navigational instruments like the ones Fred Noonan used. Oh, it's a navigational tool. 1731. Interesting. I don't know what they would have used that for. Maybe on boats first? 1783. The Revolutionary War ends and the United States of America gains independence from the Great Britain as the Industrial Age dawns. 1852. Airships start popping up. Like hot air balloons, airships float using gases that are less dense than the surrounding air. Also known as dirigibles. I probably said that wrong. Oh, wait, no, I did. Dirigibles. Airships were the first controllable aircraft to carry people into the sky. With a small engine that allowed for some navigation, the first sustained and controlled flight in history was a non-rigid airship with helium. 1853. Are we almost getting there? After a lifetime interested in flight, Sir George Cayley, already known as the father of the aeroplane, successfully builds the first fully functional man-heavier-than-air gliding aircraft. Interesting. I don't see how the fuck that would fly, but... 1888. Radio technology is invented when Heinrich Rudolf Hertz experimentally transmits a signal. Is that why it's called HZ? Amelia is born. 1903. Wait, is that when she was born? Yeah. I think, well, hold on. 1897. She's born in 1897. So she's born around this time. Right here. So basically right before they're starting to invent some tools like communication, had like this, gliding aircraft here. I mean, she was born right when they started kind of getting into the whole biplanes time. So 1903. Biplanes have stacked lightweight wings. In 1903, a biplane called the Wright Flyer became the first successful heavier than air-powered aircraft. The first airplane, the Wright brothers, remember that? Though the wing braces create wind resistance, their wing arrangement is strong and allows for a short wingspan, making these aircraft highly maneuverable. Amelia's first airplane was a biplane. 1906. Romanian inventor Trajan, I'm not going to say the last name, builds the first monoplane and successfully flies 40 feet, 12 meters. That's pretty interesting. Look at that. Yeah, me too, Darwin. I'm getting hungry, too. 1918. By the end of World War I, the first major conflict where aircraft were used, aviation revolutionized war tactics. So basically, 1918 is when the planes are starting to pop off between this time here. 1920, women get the right to vote. Kind of forgot about that. All right, so let's go into Amelia's history here. So she's born in 1897. 1908, at 11 years old, she sees her first airplane at the Iowa State Fair. 1920. She takes her first flight with Frank Hawks on December 28th. Her father paid $10 for the 10-minute hop. So $1 a minute. She is instantly hooked. 1921. Amelia, damn, that's a pretty expensive back in the days, $1 a minute. Amelia begins flying lessons on January 3rd, less than a week after her first flight. She got right in it. 6 months later, Amelia buys her first airplane, a yellow Kinner Airster she calls the Canary. Dang. She must be working pretty hard to afford her first plane that quick. 1922. Look at this. 1921, she starts flying lessons. 1922, she breaks the women's altitude record, ascending to 14,000 feet. Then 2 years later, in 1923, Amelia becomes the 16th woman to be issued a pilot's license from the International Federation. 1928, Amelia makes history as the first woman to fly across the Atlantic. She's determined to repeat the journey, next time as a pilot rather than passenger. Amelia publishes her first book detailing her experience, 20 hours, 40 minutes, begins a tour. 1929, she places third in the first women's air derby, upgrades her plane to the Lockheed Vega. 1930, she organizes a new airline. She becomes the vice president of PR. 1931, she sets the women's auto gyro altitude record, flying to 18,000 feet. She's elected president of the 99s. 1932, Amelia cements her place in history as the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. There you go. 33, she breaks her own transcontinental speed record. 35, she becomes the first person to fly solo from Honolulu to Oakland, California. Also the first flight where a civilian carried a two-way radio. 1936, her and George Putnam collaborate with Purdue University to acquire her flying laboratory, the Electra 10E Special, while planning her world flight. 1937, on March 17th, Amelia pilots the Electra from Oakland, California to Honolulu, Hawaii with Fred Noonan, second navigator Captain Harry Manning, and stunt pilot Paul Mantz aboard. Headed for Howland Island 3 days later, Amelia crashes on takeoff and her Electra needs serious repairs. Amelia and Fred Noonan begin their second world flight attempt on June 1st, this time headed east. During their journey, Amelia becomes the first person to fly from the Red Sea to India. On July 2nd, here we go, July 2nd, 1937, Amelia and Fred disappear while attempting to reach Howland Island on the second to last leg of their journey. Think about that, man. Second to last leg. They were almost there. Howland Island. This is the area they were trying to reach. So I wonder if we're going to learn more about that. That's why I was coming here. So an autogyro versus a helicopter. Interesting. I didn't know they had planes like that. Thrust from the propeller. Rotor thrust. So here you still get rotors and propeller thrust. Interesting. Autogyros have a rotor that provides lift but no forward thrust. Huh. So I guess what does this do then? As the craft moves forward, the rotor spins freely, drawing air upward to create lift. Helicopter rotors provide both lift and thrust. Interesting. As the crafts move forward, the rotor spins freely, drawing air upward to create lift. Oh, that's what the rotor does. I'm sorry. That the propeller the propeller is what makes it go forward. They're talking about the rotor. Now, in a helicopter, the rotor does both lift and thrust. Okay, I understand it now. It was confusing me at first. Airplanes can fly faster using engines that work through jet propulsion. Amelia was excited by the future of aviation, especially the development of engine technology that could change the industry. Engines with propellers limited aircraft because propellers only work at lower speeds. But jet engines allowed engineers to overcome this issue. Isaac Newton's third law of motion states that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Jet engines on aircraft follow this principle, producing forward thrust by expelling a jet of air in the opposite direction. Interesting. Fireworks, rockets, squids use jet propulsion, releasing air from a balloon. Okay. Look at this bad boy. Look at this thing, dude. Pratt & Whitney R1340 Wasp radial engine. Look at this bad boy. The front would help propel the plane while the top one is up and down. Yeah, I got kind of confused. They were talking about the rotor, and then a helicopter does both. And I guess in the other one, you have a separate propeller. That's what thrusts you forward, and then the gyro is what gives you the lift, is I guess what I was understanding. Oh, dude, we get to start the engine? Get the fuck out of here. All right, dude, you guys are in for one. Let's see. Hear the roar of a Pratt & Whitney first start aircraft. Hear the roar of a Pratt & Whitney's first aircraft engine, the R1340 Wasp, which powered Amelia's Lockheed Vega. So this is the engine that Amelia had in, not this specific one, but the type that she had. Can you hear the difference between the two engines? Oh, shit, let's crank this shit up. You guys ready? It's a speaker doing it. Okay, I was like, I don't think it was going to do a real... I shouldn't have told you it was a speaker. See if you believe me. Alright, so what's this? Touch the parts to learn how they work. Oh, cool. Carburetor. Spark plug. That's cool, bro. It senses as soon as you touch it, it goes to... Impeller. Even my boat had an impeller. Ooh, to use a supercharger. Ooh. A master rod. That's what it does right there. That's cool, dude. I love the interaction they have at this museum, man. It's pretty cool. Oh, so yeah, it showed you what... There's your space travel. You got your jet engines, your auto gyros there. Biplanes, airships, and then the unmanned gliders. What do we got over here? Ooh-wee, look at this thing. Pratt & Whitney turbofan engine. This is a turbofan. Turbofan. The turbofan has a large diameter that can move lots of air. Ducts around the turbine cause much of the air to bypass the core of the engine, allowing the fan to spin more slowly, which saves fuel while producing the same thrust. Man, look at all those moving parts in there, bro. Oh, cool. We get to start this one. Oh, that's why they were saying is you can hear the difference between the two. All right, so let's start this one up. Pretty cool. Isn't it amazing that, you know, who the fuck invents these things? You know what I mean? Like, you must have to be a genius just to design just the moving parts on this. And there you go. That was a cool game. They had the rivet game. Okay, I want to play this again. I was a little slow last time. All right, play. Grab your tool. Got my tool. Let's play. This is the tool, my rivet gun. Press play. There we go. Get ready. Boom. Set. Go. Boom. Oh, dude, I'm doing horrible. Holy shit. This rivet gun. There we go. Okay, move it. Oh, man, dude. One rivet. That means I would have spent 354 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, I'm not going to be a riveter, that's for sure. Yeah, that is pretty cool. To show you all the internal stuff. Really cool. I noticed they're not talking about anything more about her, like mystery, where she, why, what. I wanted to hear more stories about what they think happened to her. But I guess, you know, they want to spend more time talking about who she was. I get it. So let's see here. Throughout her life, Amelia transitioned from eager apprentice to inspirational superstar, but she could not have achieved her success without the support of key people along her path. This cast influential characters including Grace Muriel, her sister, Earhart Morris, and Grace Muriel Earhart Morrissey, her sister, and Frank Hawks, the pilot of her first plane ride, enabled Amelia to reach for the stars. She recognized the importance of her own mentors, and as her fame grew, took seriously the responsibility of being a role model for other young dreamers. Let's go see what this is about. So these are just kind of looks like some exhibits, or looks like paintings of the people that Eleanor Roosevelt, Fred Noonan, that was her aviator. Feminine feats, women in aviation. Let's see what this is. Oh, I didn't see you there. You scared. That is cool. I guess you can go in there. We'll see how that is. That is awesome. I thought that was, I don't know what I thought that was. I was like, oh, there's something in there. All right. Women in aviation. Let's see. Well, I don't know anything about that, but let's see. Amelia was not alone in her pioneering spirit. While in the spotlight, other trailblazing female flyers also broke records and demonstrated that cargo bay of their C-130, September 2005. That is sick, bro. Look at that. First female, all-female crew, C-130. Combat mission. Left to right. Staff Sergeant Joseph. Wait, left to right. Left to right. That's pretty interesting. I didn't think they give a staff sergeant. Usually it's officers that. Oh, okay, I get. They're probably like a warrant officer. That's why they'd have that sidearm. Well, I guess that's interesting. I guess they probably give a sidearm to everybody that's on a plane. But anyways, Yeah, the 99s were founded. There was 117 licensed female fighters in the United States by the end of 2018. Nearly 24,200 licensed female pilots took to the skies. Women still represent only about 7% of pilots in the United States. And with 24,200 licensed, which honestly, if you think about it, with the amount of females in the country, that's, yeah, maybe known females that are in the 99s, just because these look like astronauts. This looks like a stunt plane flyer. Let's see what Eileen Collins did. Eileen Collins is an accomplished pilot who made history as the first woman to pilot a NASA space shuttle and the first female flight instructor for the United States Air Force. She is known for groundbreaking space exploration missions. Excellent. Cool. Oh, I'm sorry, Ace Man. Thanks for letting me know. It's probably because I'm getting over here. So let's go over to this plane here. Let's see if we can get in this. And then we'll go in there. Amelia called the cockpit a cozy cubbyhole, but piloting the electric Tenny could be extremely uncomfortable. The technology-advanced cockpit of Amelia's Lockheed Electra was lined with equipment, navigational and flight aids, duplicate instruments for each engine, and communications gear were tucked around above and under the seats. Amelia still described the snug cockpit as roomy compared to her previous airplane, the single-seated Lockheed Vega. Piloting an airplane was not glamorous. Despite the advanced equipment, the Lockheed Electra lacked creature comforts. Amelia stripped away every extra ounce to reduce the weight of the heavy plane. Already overloaded with fuel, with no air conditioning, Amelia and Fred became accustomed to the sweltering heat. They could not touch the broiling exterior of the all-metal plane while flying across Africa, and Amelia joked that they didn't record the temperature inside for their peace of mind. Above, Amelia listens in as she adjusts one of the many cockpit controls in her Lockheed Electra 10E. The background, this image of Amelia in the cockpit of her Electra after she flew the plane in 1936 reveals how little space she had during her long-haul flights. Tanks in each wing and 7 auxiliary gas tanks in the fuselage pictured here. 2 tall gaps separated. They had to use those bamboo sticks with the clips to do messages to each other that we read about. Submission. Damn, I'm a small guy and I feel like I'm cramped in here. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this bad boy up. You guys ready? They shouldn't have let NJ navigate a plane. I should have just started the stream like from in here. Flying a plane for the first time. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put some fuel on. Let's get our fuel going. Well, we need some lights first. Let's get some
Compared with the single-seated cockpit of my old Vega, the Electra
got some cabin lights.
The seat of the pilot is at the left.
Get our
the co-pilot's on the right. On both sides,
generators are on.
About shoulder high as I sit, are windows.
Let's get the
main instrument board below, and above more instruments.
All right, I think we're ready to start her up. All right, let's go. Oh shit, these things. Oh, there it is, the main button. That's what I needed to start up. I'm such an idiot.
There are 12 fuel tanks.
I'm just kidding. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
50 gallons. 6 of them in the wings, and 6 in the fuselage. A bit of bookkeeping to do, for one should know exactly how much fuel has been used and how much remains.
Little window to look out. What up? Alright, let's get the heck out of this little plane here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's make sure I didn't leave anything in here. Nothing fell out. Got my wallet, got my phone, got my key still. Yep. Alright. Let's go up there and see what they got going on. Oh, here you go. See, that's how a modern plane would look like inside. You know, you got all your fancy tools and stuff. Touch to learn about the G100. The Garmin G100 above looks quite different from the nearby Lockheed Model 10 electric cockpit replica. Yes, it does. It's a digital cockpit for airplanes. It shows pilots important information they need to fly confidently and safely. The system is integrated into the cockpit and puts all the information a pilot needs at their fingertips. Unlike mechanical gauges that Amelia used, the G1000 uses electronic instruments that are more reliable and accurate. These instruments measure airspeed, compass headings, altitude, and more. Separate displays can show weather, air traffic, and digital navigation aids. Interesting. Does autopilot terrain, traffic, and weather awareness. All right, let's see what else they got going on here. I like all the interactive things. You can listen to some of her stories. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do all your stories here, Amelia. Let's see if we have anything, though, about her. Let's see, let's hear about how she got lost, though. Hold on. This is where you might learn a little bit about what may have happened. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, that's describing how she got lost. I thought it was actually one of the radio calls when she was lost. So Amelia spreads her wings. This is her photo shoot right there with her plane. That's a really cool. This propeller, one of Mural's few original components deemed no longer worthy of flying, had to be. So this was restored. They put a newer one, but these were the original propellers from that plane. All right, let's head up here and see what else they got. I think we're almost done with the exhibit here. I guess she was saying that this is one of her planes, a little model that they have here, but the original one they have, they get the Smithsonian. I think that's the one plane that she flew to break the flying over the Atlantic record, the first woman to fly over the Atlantic. So they have, that's just a small scale model, but I believe the tour guide told me that the original plane is at the Smithsonian Museum. But let's see what they got up here. Oh, they got a little elevator in case you need one. That's pretty interesting. Check that out. Just a small little elevator in case anybody wants to come up here. That's... Ooh, they got a star map. Oh, here we go. What happened? This is what I wanted to learn about. That's cool. They got a star map here. We can learn about. You got a cool view of the plane, too. Look at the... Oh, shit. Look at this. Look at the floor. The floor's like a Google image, I think, of the area that they think the plane went down. Cool. Yeah, but here's a view from up here of what we were looking at. Yeah, so maybe we will learn a little bit more about what may have happened. I was wondering if they were going to talk about it. The carpet you are walking on depicts an aerial view of the Pacific Ocean, Howland Island. The planned fueling stop for Amelia and Fred before their missed. So that must be Howland Island where they were headed to when they disappeared. We'll learn about navigation here in a second, but I want to learn about what happened. So these are going to be some of the things they use to navigate. Tools of the trade. A sextant. We learned about that. Then we read about that in the timeline of when they invented that. An aircraft clock. Headphones. Okay, let's see if we can read about what happened. He talks about the cloud types. All right, let's see here. What happened? Here we go. Let's start over here. Let us read about this. This is what I was really hoping to learn more about. Amelia's final flight took her across the Pacific, aiming for tiny Howland Island. Amelia started by flying west from California to Hawaii. She planned to begin her world flight in March 1937 with the difficult Pacific crossing, but the Lockheed Electra 10E crashed on takeoff in Hawaii. Weather patterns shifted by the time the Electra was ready to fly again, so Amelia decided to head east on her second attempt. Amelia and Fred left New Guinea for Howland Island on July 2nd, 1937. The flight, a grueling 2,556 miles, was a serious test of stamina. This leg was the longest of the trip and approached the limits of the Lockheed Electra's range. As she neared Howland Island, Amelia was unable to make reliable contact with the U.S. Coast Guard ship, the Ithaca, waiting nearby. The Itzhak, I think I said that incorrectly. Above, I guess this is that one plane they're saying she crashed. A crowd, including Paul Manson, members of the U.S. Army Air Corps, surveyed the wreckage of Amelia's Lockheed Electron in 1937. Background, Amelia at the tail of her Lockheed Electra 10E marked the dawn of her around-the-world attempt with a photo shoot on 37. So where's she at? It says on the wing. I guess that's her back there. Man, you know what's crazy about this is, like, if she had never wrecked, what would have happened? You know what I mean? Because this wreck changed a lot of her next or second attempt. One, it postponed the time, you know, she had to wait for it to, you know, get fixed. And then it says because of that and the weather changing, when it was ready to fly again, she decided to go east on her second attempt instead of flying west like she did the first time. So let's see here. Howland Island is a speck of land barely rising above the rippling waves of the vast Pacific Ocean. Headed east into the sunrise, Amelia would have been blinded by direct morning light, making a difficult target even more challenging to find. So if you guys ever been driving and when you're driving towards the sun, kind of basic same thing that, you know, she was experiencing having to fly into this target as far as the island being her next, I guess, landing spot. At one square mile, Howland is a very small target. Cloud shadows on the sea surface make finding tiny islands from an airplane a real challenge. I bet. We must be on you, but cannot see you. But gas is running low. Been unable to reach you by radio. We're flying at 1,000 feet. That's the final transmission right there. The Ithaca crew realized with mounting horror that Amelia... Ooh, I'm showing 4G here, so hopefully my stream's going okay. That Amelia... Let's see. The Ithaca crew realized with mounting horror that Amelia was unable to hear their transmissions. Further, the ship's radio equipment could not tune into the Electra's frequency to provide a direction. Amelia's final transmissions conveyed increasing desperation as she and Fred searched for signs of their destination. So you can hear it in her voice, basically, is what they're saying. Amelia's husband, George Palmer Putnam, and Fred Noonan's wife anxiously reviewed the latest reports, hoping to learn their loved ones were rescued. We are on the line 157-337. We are running on line north and south. The last transmission received by the Ithaca report that Amelia was flying a course chartered by Fred, searching for Howland Island from this line of position. So it looks like she was online. The search. The United States poured resources into searching for the lost aviators, involving both the Navy and Coast Guard. 17-day search was the most expensive in U.S. history to that point. Over $4 million, over $71 million in today's dollars, were spent covering 150,000 square miles surrounding Howland Island. So think about that, man. That was a huge, huge search that they did and still found nothing. Not giving up hope. I guess basically kind of making fact of, yeah, man, this lady was a hero and they're going to spend a lot of money to find her. So what happened? What happened to Amelia and Fred remains a mystery. Dedicated seekers across the globe have proposed, explored, and debated numerous theories over the years. Examine the evidence used to support some of these ideas and draw your own conclusions. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's see what they say. Crashed and sank. Many who have studied Amelia's disappearance think that the flyers, unable to find Howland's Island, ran out of fuel and were forced down in the Pacific. Some wonder whether Electric might have floated for a time before sinking beneath the waves, which could have enabled Amelia and Fred to inflate emergency rafts. So 4. Let's see what is 4. Let's read what they say 4. Some question whether Fred Noonan had accurate coordinates for Howland Island. A discrepancy would have made it nearly impossible for the duo to find their target. Some researchers believe the British charts Fred and Amelia used in their planning showed Howland Island northwest of its true location. What's up, Marfin? By about 7 nautical miles. Against. Others claim that the charts of the area were updated before the two left on their round of the world adventure, arguing that they likely flew with new, more accurate maps. Reversed course. Some searchers argue that Amelia and Fred faced headwinds and turned back, worried there was not enough fuel to reach their destination. Investigators are currently exploring the waters near Buka Island, where a submerged wreck sits in 100 feet of water. Interesting. Some believe the Electra crashed in 18,000-foot deep waters northwest of Howland Island. Others point to reports of Amelia radioing for at least 5 nights to suggest they crash-landed in shallow water atop a reef where she charged the radio battery by running the engines during low tides. Well, how do they know that? Others point to reports. Okay, so there's reports of Amelia radioing for at least 5 nights to suggest, well, what reports? I've never heard of that. Others point to reports of Amelia radioing for, because they're saying her last radio was this. That was her final transmission. So what are you getting these reports? I'd have to see that. That's interesting. And that she crash landed in shallow water and was able to charge the radio battery by running the engines during low tides. 4. Okay, so they're talking about the reverse course, where they see there's a plane in 100 feet of water. A boy on Buka Island saw a plane crash in the late 1930s. Local divers confirmed that the wreck has twin engines and other characteristics that indicate the plane could be Amelia's Electra 10E. Researchers found an encrusted glass disc that could be from the landing light. Against Amelia's final transmission to the Ithaca or whatever, Itasak, whatever you used to call it, were loud and clear, suggesting they were near Howland Island. Some argue that her radio communication makes it less likely that she had turned off course. So these people are saying the Buka Island, but a lot of people are saying no, she was flying right towards the right island, not Buka. So they're saying she turned around. Look at where Buka is compared to Howland. Or flew in the wrong line, excuse me. Turned back. Excuse me, they turned back thinking they weren't going to get it to Howland Island. And that when they turned back, they may have crashed into Buka. Castaway. See, here's what I was talking to you guys about. Nikamaru Island lies along the line of position that Amelia reported searching in her last confirmed transmission. Some people think that Amelia was able to call for help after landing there, as numerous radio listeners on or around Pacific Islands claimed to hear distress calls from the downed aviators after they disappeared. Interesting. So for that, a castaway campsite found in 1940 on Nikamururu offered tantalizing artifacts like the sole of a woman's shoe from the 1930s and a partial skeleton. Further investigation by TIGHAR, the Earhart Project, found a knife of the type Amelia carried and a glass vessel that may have originally contained anti-freckle cream Amelia was rumored to use. Elsewhere on the remote 7.5 square mile island, researchers uncovered a sheet of aluminum, possibly from the plane. Well, that sounds pretty supportive. Against. Others argue that the physical evidence doesn't line up. For example, the rivet holes on the aluminum don't seem to match any pattern on the Electra 10E. Well, I've never heard about this. This is pretty interesting here. All right. What's this one see? Why was there only a partial skeleton found? People wonder if coconut crabs... Who was talking about the coconut crabs? People wonder if coconut crabs, giant scavengers that inhabit Pacific Islands like Nikamuru, could have eaten some of the evidence. Well, they need to do is they need to get some DNA off that skeleton and do a DNA test with any of her relatives. So this is another story I had heard, was the captured one. Wow, this is cool. They got all the stories here. Bro, this is exactly what I was hoping they were going to have. And to be honest with you, after going through all those exhibits, I was kind of like, I wonder if they're just not, they don't want to talk about it, right? You know? No, they've got all the stories and some more that I've never heard of. So here's the one I had heard before. Captured. With international... I've heard 2 stories. These are 2 of the ones I was hoping they were going to have so I could share with you guys, and I'm glad they do. So here's one story, captured. With international tensions increasing during the lead up to World War II, some have argued that Amelia and Fred were captured by the Japanese after crash landing on one of the Marshall Islands. The theory holds that they were suspected as spies. Their flight over Japanese-controlled territory could provide intel valuable to the United States military. So let's read about them being captured, for and against. 4. Amelia was close with the Roosevelts. Some people are convinced that the president asked her to photograph evidence of Japanese activity as she flew across the Pacific. Against. Others argue that it is unlikely that Amelia was a secret spy for the United States military. The jump on Howland Island was planned as a night flight, hardly ideal conditions for photographing island airstrips. Okay, captive in Saipan. If Amelia and Fred were held by the Japanese military, they may have been imprisoned on the island of Saipan. Some suggest that they and their plane were moved there from Jalut Atoll, although their fate remains the subject of much debate. 4. Some maintain this photograph from Jalut Atoll, found in the records of the Naval Office of Intelligence, shows the flyers, Amelia sitting and Fred standing to the left, watching as a barge tows the Electra. What? Look at this picture, dude. This is crazy. Hold on. Some maintain this photograph shows the flyers, Amelia sitting and Fred standing to the left, watching as the barge tows the Electra. They're saying these two right there. Wow. Well, where would the Electra be? They don't have, you can't see it behind there? Against. Many argue the image cannot be related to Amelia's disappearance because it was from a travel guide printed in 1935, 2 years too early. Others assert that the page was added to the Houndstone booklet after 1937. Dun, dun, dun. Interesting. What's this one talk about? Ooh, it's a classified, unclassified. What's this? In a wartime context, how trustworthy are numerous eyewitness accounts claiming Amelia and Fred were seen in prison on Saipan? After the end of World War II, some United States Marines claimed they saw an Electra 10E there. So this must be the unclassified report. Let's see. Dear Bill, regardless of the report which you have received from the Japanese government at Tokyo as outlined in your letter of August 19 relative to the Amelia Earhart case, the fact remains that there's increasing evidence that she did land at Saipan and was executed. For instance, here is another lead that the State Department might well investigate. Mr. Thomas E. Devine of 86 blah 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 Street, West Haven, Connecticut, was in Saipan from July 1944 until August 1945 with the 244th Army Postal Unit. From all the information we can gather, he is a man of good character, and he states that he actually saw the grave of Amelia Earhart on Saipan, and I would appreciate it immensely if you will have someone in the State Department interview him. I have also asked the Department of the Army to do the same, but it should not be hard for your department to interest itself further in this matter. If it is found that he is correct, it would seem to me that Mr. Devine should be able to locate the grave, in which case there would be no question about identifying the remains as that of Amelia Earhart. Ace Man says, my father was in Saipan for 42-46. That would have been crazy if happened to see him and never knew it. Dude, that is pretty wild, man. There you go. See, I don't know if you're saving these dates here. So it says from July 1944 to 45. Which, he would have been there too. That's insane. Assumed identity. Some believe that Amelia was rescued and returned to the United States under an assumed name, Irene Bolam. Proponents of this theory argue that she changed her identity to avoid the public eye, as her superstar status meant she would lack privacy. That doesn't make sense to me, because she was already a superstar, and why wouldn't she want people to know what happened during the trip, obviously? Like, whether she was succeeded or not, she doesn't seem like a person that would be like, oh man, I crashed, I embarrassed myself because I didn't make finish the trip, I want to go back and just kind of fade away. No, but let's see what they say. 4. Some claim that the voice of Tokyo Rose, a radio personality forced to transmit Japanese propaganda during World War II, sounded like Amelia Earhart. Some believe that the United States government helped Amelia change her identity after this ordeal. Against. Amelia's husband, George Palmer Putnam, listened to the broadcast recordings of Tokyo Rose and did not recognize the woman's voice. Well, I would think, depending on how long he was married to her or lived with her, he would probably be a good judge of her voice. Proponents of this theory have argued their case is supported by forensic image analysis. Irene Bolam vigorously denied being Amelia incognito, saying she was simply an early aviator who knew Amelia in her youth. That's a pretty small world if you're being accused of being Amelia, and then you're saying, no, I'm not, although I do fly planes, and I knew her when I was a kid. The search continues. Researchers are actively investigating leads, hoping to uncover conclusive evidence and bring an end to the mystery of Amelia's disappearance. One high-profile search was led by Dr. Robert Ballard, the underwater explorer and oceanographer who discovered the wreck of the Titanic, captain of the exploration vessel Nautilus. He has searched the reefs around Nikumaru Island for signs of Amelia's lost Electra. So the search continues. Which theory do you believe? I'm going to vote. What's up, Tie-Dye Gammy? So what do you guys think, man? What theory would you guys go with? For those of you that were listening in chat, do you think it crashed and sank? We just haven't been able to find it, even though there's been numerous attempts. I mean, you guys saw, what was the search? $4 million, which is $71 million in today's money, was spent covering 150,000 square miles, covering the last known place where they had received communication. You think she turned around and ended up going somewhere near Buka Island, a different island, and they need a search there, which they said they found some, a submerged wreck, but they haven't been able to say it was hers. Do you think she was a castaway? Captured by the Japanese and was captive in Saipan? Do you think she got a different identity? That's the one I think the least she wouldn't. So let me just start putting ones that I don't think. No. I think they would have found her if she sank. No. No. I'm thinking more of these ones here. I think she would have been captured, bro. My father was one of the shore patrol in the U.S. Navy. CB's cool, Ace, man. Well, thank you for your dad's service, and I bet you had some really cool stories, man. I want to say she was captured. That's what I'm thinking, man. So I'm going to vote. Oops. Individual vote. And I want to say she was captive in Saipan, because I want to believe that guy. I want to believe as another soldier that another soldier would not be BSing. And it says, if Amelia and Fred were held by the Japanese men, they may have been imprisoned on the island of Saipan. Some suggest that their planes were moved there from Jalal until their fate remains a subject of much debate. And not only that, look at this. This is the proof we have there. They have this picture, which they say, if Amelia and Fred were held by the Japanese military, they may have been imprisoned in the island of Saipan. Some suggest that they and their plane were moved there from Jalut, though their fate remains a subject of much debate. They're saying this picture, let's look at it again. Amelia sitting and Fred standing to the left. So they're saying that's Amelia, and then that's Fred right there. I mean, I would think if you know how Fred looks, that would be a pretty easy. That does look like her from the back, a female with short hair, though. Ace Man says, hey, with all the U.S. military Saipan at the time, they would have arrived at one of the islands, the U.S. would have found them. Yeah, true that, huh? Well, you make a good point. Hey, I hope you're doing better. I know you were having a surgery, Tie-Dye Gammy, so I hope you're recovering well. That's a good point you make. I'm going to say they were captured. Maybe they weren't in Saipan, maybe they were moved, but let's say captured. And I'm going to vote for that one. So I drop, you drop your coin. Boom. Let's see what the results are. Let's see what other people think. 8% also believe in captured. Ooh, I'm on the low end. Most people, 42%, say crashed and sank. Okay. The second highest is assumed identity. Interesting. That's out of 35,000 votes. It's pretty interesting. 35,000 votes. 42% crashed and sank. These other ones are pretty close to each other. Assumed identity, search continues. Assumed identity and castaway. I was kind of on the end of the spectrum. What up, Trevor? Well, hopefully, and if you didn't have a chance, you want to maybe rewind and listen to what we read just right now. This is pretty cool. I didn't know if they were going to have this section here, because that's why, like I said, let's go here and see if we can find out what other theories they have about what may have happened. And this is pretty cool. A lot of these I had never heard of. I had heard, but didn't have the exact details about the capture. And this one was really interesting here, especially with this picture. And then this unclassified letter is very interesting, where you literally have a soldier. You know, what rank was he? Let's see. Doesn't say, actually. It just says there's an alert that Mr. Thomas E. Devine of 80 blah, 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 Connecticut was in Saipan from July 1944 until August 1945 with the 244th Army Postal Unit. From all the information we can gather, he is a man of good character, and he states that he actually saw the grave of Amelia Earhart on Saipan. I would love to interview that guy if he's still alive. And if he's not, I would like to see any interviews people may have had with him, or read his original report that he's, submitted to the government. But, I mean, especially what his rank was, But you would think, people will lie. Just because you're in the military doesn't mean you lie. You don't lie. That is correct. Oh, somebody was asking. Yeah, that is correct. Vaquero! You know what? I'm going to get a pizza at some point of this trip. But it's got to be somewhere good, bro. Find your bearings. The round antenna atop Amelia's Lockheed. You see that right there? That's what that is. Did not come standard. That was a component of the new radio direction finding system. It was an important navigational aid. Amelia could turn the antenna loop using a wheel in her cockpit, honing in on a radio signal to find the direction of the transmitter. Oh, that's pretty cool. So there would be a transmitter basically where you want to go. And then as you get closer to it, you're going to hear, a beep or something. The round antenna was just one of Amelia's modifications to her Lockheed Electra. She also modified the trailing antenna in the early 1937, which can be seen here protruding beneath the plane at the wing. All right, so turn the antenna to find the strongest signal. What direction is on the open loop facing? The transmitter lies along this line. So look for the source of the signal. The USCGS station at Howland Island, and must be nearby. So we got to find the source. What direction is the open loop facing for the train along this line? So how do we turn it? Oh, find the strongest signal. So it's going down. No, we want to go the other way. There's a strong signal. This isn't rotating, though. Is it? Oh, wait, it is a little bit. I'm trying to find the signal. I wonder where the transmitter's at. I guess we're trying to find the transmitter. I don't think this thing's working. But it's pretty cool. I can see how it works. It swivels in. You got to find the transmitter or something. If they found partial remains, it wouldn't be hard to DNA. The thing is, the ones where they're saying they found partial remains, let's get the DNA test done. So that's what they're talking about. This is what we had, that electromagnetic read. Remember, this talks about kind of what we were doing yesterday when we were doing our paranormal investigation at the Greenwood Cemetery. We had an electromagnetic reader. So it reads these type of waves. So let's see, a microwave is on the low end. Radio waves are on the low end. It's interesting. This is kind of like how paranormal investigation equipment works, is with electromagnetic. I was wanting to find out where the freaking transmitter was. I'm turning it. It's loud there. Look for the signal, source of the signal. It's got to be nearby. Where's the source? It's like facing that way. Let's see. I don't know. Amelia's guiding lights. Push the buttons on the table and learn about the constellations Amelia would have seen. Ooh, look at this one. This one looks like a horse. Leo. Oh, it's a lion. Jesus. So Leo is right there. It's the bright... Oh, it's right there in blue. How do you spot Leo? Look for the regular... She's the spring triangle. Leo is not a particularly large constellation, but has a distinctive shape. So she was using the stars to navigate. Well, had to, and that's why she had her navigator with her, because we read that she was not knowledgeable in knowing how to read the stars to navigate. Well, I was trying to find where the transmitter was, but I don't think that thing's working. I think you're supposed to kind of follow the loop, and then where the loop's facing is where you go. What up, Dawson? I hope you're feeling better, my friend. We found the part that I was hoping I was going to run into here at the museum, which was a nice section about what the theories are of what happened, where, since this is a mystery still to this day. And it was pretty cool. We read a lot of cool theories, as a matter of fact, and learned quite a bit. So we're kind of wrapping up this portion of the tour, but we're going to drive. I think where we're going to go next to, Chad, is let's do a drive by the Amelia Earhart house, her original birth home. It's not open. We can't go inside, but we can drive by. And then I've got another place I want to drive by. This was actually one of the places we wanted to take you guys when we did our haunted house tour last week, me and Dawson. We just didn't have the address, or I think at the time. Now we do. So I'm going to take you by another place that's got some really interesting things outside of it. But let's do one more little kind of walk around of the Electra here. And then I think we're going to call it a tour here at the Amelia Earhart Hangar Museum, which I must say has been really cool. They've got a lot of really cool interactive exhibits. The plane looks amazing. We learned about rivets. I mean, look at all the rivets. This plane had to have somebody physically rivet into the plane. Each individual one of those was hand riveted into this plane. And again, just to be very specific, this is the sister plane to the original plane that's been lost out in this mystery of what happened to Amelia Earhart. This is the only, I think it tells you right here. This is named the mural after her little sister. And Amelia's airplane was as unique. It's one of the only 14 Lockheed Electra 10E planes made. So they only made 14 of them. Hers was called the 10E Special because of all her modifications she had, including like taking out the passenger seats and putting in auxiliary fuel tanks. This is the last existing 10E name of Mural, Amelia's sister. Mural was meticulously restored, bringing her back to life, rivet by rivet, so she can inspire the next generation of enthusiastic dreamers. So this is it. This is what makes this very special, although this is not the plane obviously, until they find her and her plane, you're never going to have the remains of her plane. This was the sister plane to the one she flew, but is the only 10E that exists in the world, and you get to see it here at the museum, and it is a beautiful plane. But I thought the theories and stories that we read about what could have happened were pretty interesting. And Ace, man, bro, I think that's really cool, man. How cool would it be if they did end up finding out that obviously it's a sad story if she was a prisoner and executed and all that, but how interesting would it be to know that your father was actually on the same island that she possibly could have been imprisoned at? You know what I mean? Freaking crazy. Remember that was a little thing we were talking about upstairs, the signal antenna receiver. That's not the transmitter, but that's the loop that she would turn from inside the cockpit, and when the signal gets louder and stronger, that means that they're heading the right way towards the transmitter. this is kind of how like I fly my drone. You can, sometimes you don't have internet access and you can't use, if you're using the map, you don't know, you don't have a satellite view of where you're flying. So you basically just have to use a compass and map, and you can tell where your signal is at and tell where the drone's flying, which way, and then you can see the distance. So okay, it's coming the right way towards me, and now it's 200 feet away, 100 feet away, 50 feet away, 25 feet away. You start looking up, and then you'll see the drone should be there. So you can definitely find direction without having to use navigation like they used to do back in the days with a frequency. That's what we learned. But yeah, do a quick last little walk around for you guys of the plane. Look at the rear, looks so badass. They had a cool display of a motor. They had a turbine engine display here where you can start it and see all the working parts. That was super cool. All right, let's go ahead and head on out. And let's head out to our next destination. Pretty cool. I mean, I would say the Electra's, coming here, you read a lot about her. You find out a little bit more about her childhood, her upbringing. Jobs, did they say 20-some jobs, to have to pay for her, flight lessons. Oh, this was really cool. The fact that she designed her own little mini roller coaster as a little cool little thing to do as a kid. I know, huh? They even have like a little thing you can go inside that gives you the feel like of what the cockpit would feel like. We went in there. This one was my favorite exhibit here, although it didn't really have anything to do with flying. It talks about, a little bit about, some science stuff, about energy and all that, kinetic energy and stuff. But this is kind of just showing you a little bit about, it coincides with the fact that she made her own roller coaster and designed it and up here. But once it gets up here, it's all kinetic energy. It just lets it go down and do its thing. So check this out, dude. This thing is sick. Dawson, check this out. So you just turn it. I was like, all I gotta do is just give it a good crank. All right, I just gave it a good crank. It's going up the thing. Now watch this one. It just lets go, man. It's got a loop. And that's all kinetic energy on its own. Doof, loop, boom, 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 boom. Here it comes. Boom, boom, boom. How sick. I think it'd be cool if they sold like models like that you can build on on a smaller basis, but like roller coaster, hobby roller coaster. You know how you can do like the trains and you can do the little RC airplanes. That would be cool to make little mini roller coasters. All right. I think I'm going the right way. Exit. I think I can exit this way. They've got this cool little thing where you can come meet her in a little kind of, I don't know, a virtual kind of reality thing. She kind of knows when you get up to her what. She's kind of doing her thing. Crazy, huh? That would be cool if they had something like this at my funeral. I want one of these at my funeral. I just want to look in everybody, and then I'm going to go like this. Pull my finger. And then you'll pull it, and then it'll go. Okay, let's go. But they got a cool little gift shop. All right, we got to look. Oh, they got a penny machine.
Well then, I'm so happy you arrived.
Oh, see, she talks. Look at.
And I'm truly honored you want to learn more about my amazing inventions. Perhaps they will inspire you to reach higher for dreams of your own. I'm looking forward to spending some time together today and sharing some of my stories. If I could tell you one thing, it's that when you really want to do something, nothing can stand in your way. So you do have to set your mind to it. And are you ready to work as hard for your goals as I did for mine? Well then, I think we're ready for takeoff. Really, my whole life is a story.
Okay, I gotta go. But thank you so much. You're an awesome person, and I hope we find you eventually.
Full of curiosity at a time when life.
All right, let's see the penny machine. I think I used all my quarters, but I really want a penny. Oh, yeah, no, we're going to get one. So it is 51 cents. I think I actually still got 51 cents. Ooh, they got clearance items. You know, I like clearance items. Oh, but I'll show you. Actually, they gave us a free pen because we signed in on the guest registry. But I got to get me one of these here. Give me a second. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I think we got this. Let's see. I got 1 quarter. Come on, give me a penny. Oh, I do have a penny and another quarter. Oh, we got this. It was meant to be. Okay. All right, and then look, for all you people in chat, they're going to say that I'm going to get arrested for doing this and I'm going to go to jail. Look, is it legal? Yes, it is legal to elongate coins, Section 331 of the United States. It's legal. It's only illegal if someone fraudulently mutilates the coin to elongate and this mutilates it. So elongating it in this manner is 100% legal. See? If you Google search that, if you Google search, can you destroy a penny or mess it up, it'll probably say, no, it's against the law, you're going to go to jail. But there's always little ways around, and that's what this is here. So no, it's not illegal. Oh wait, I forgot, we got to first point it at which one we want. Oh man, this is going to be difficult. Oh yeah, I like that one right there. Yeah, that we're going to do that one right there. It's got the plane. It's got where we're at. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, I'll stop it, Dawson. I'll stop. Okay. Let's, I still had to mention it. Okay. God, this is so fucking loud. Maybe I changed my mind and I'm going to get this one here at the top instead. I'm just kidding. I don't want to make any more noise. All right, here we go. To turn and select. So for some of you that have never used one of these, don't get all excited and do that right away. You always got to pick your design first, then insert your quarters, and then you turn the handle. Turn handle until your coin drops below. Oh, I think that was supposed to go the other way. I think it worked. Oh yeah, look at it. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love it. This is awesome. It's got everything I wanted on there. Dude. It's even got little rivets. Those are little rivets. Thank you so much. It was an awesome museum. I loved it. Have a great day, you too. Dawson, you missed it. The girl that works in the behind the ticket booth, she I was telling her about, some of my things I've done while I've been here, and she asked me, I said I was here for a paranormal kind of IRL tour, and she said, well, have you gone to the Sally house? She goes, you have to go to the Sally house. And I said, oh yeah, I've been to the Sally house. As a matter of fact, I told her how we went to it 2 years ago. She said she's been there. She went with the little group, and I said, well, did anything happen? She said, no, they just went there. She said it looked like it was a group of high schoolers that just went there to kind of just want to walk around and tour the house. They said they didn't have any equipment. They just kind of sat there and kind of quiet to see if they heard anything. She said they didn't hear anything or experience anything, but I said, oh man, we did. Oh boy, we did. Well, Neon Leon, here's the thing. Not only is she underage, but no, I would never do that. All right, let's go. So we're going to continue our next journey here, my friends. And we're going to the Amelia Earhart house. We're going to go to her birthplace. Now, we can't go inside because they're closed. Otherwise, if it wasn't, they got a museum there. You can go there. All right. You guys are fucking crazy. Anyways, all right, it's getting a little windy. Let's get inside the car. But anyways, we're going to go check out
her birthplace. We're just driving around. We'll get down, show you the outside, and then we're gonna go to this place called the Gargoyle House, man. Yeah, the Gargoyle House. So this is going to be one of these places I wanted to take you guys when we were going to do our first tour of the haunted house tour, but we didn't have a chance. So we're going to take you there still. Well, I say we, but it's just me. But we were going to take you when it was me and Dawson originally. We just forgot to. So, because I wanted to really show it to you guys, now we're going to go. Sorry I have the sun in your eye. All right. Bro, I love my freaking penny that we got. It's freaking sick. All right, I got to get you guys on this thing, and then I got to figure out how far we are from this place. All right, stay. All right, that should be fine right there. What's up, Go Girl? Good afternoon to you, my friend. All right, let's plug in the address for our next location. Oh, it's not that far. All right, let's head over there. A little sip of my drinky drink. All right. Oh, I guess I better put my seatbelt because this thing's gonna go beep, 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 beep. So, Dawson, we went to the bridge. We went here. I haven't done the Indian Mound yet because earlier it was getting a little windy and cold, so I wanted to go somewhere where we can go inside because you know how the wind is when we go on our stream. So we've been to two places. Now we're heading to the birthplace, the birth home of Miss Amelia. And then I think we're going to go to the Gargoyle House. And then we'll see what I'm doing on time. And then we'll go over to the Indian dwelling, the Indian mound. Still plenty of sun. Still got plenty of time. Oh, let me put you guys on battery. Might as well put you on a battery when we got power, right? And let's see here. Let me just stop really quick. Do this. Okay. There we go. Feel like an episode of that movie, Jeepers Creepers. Is it Jeepers Creepers or what's the one where that? Yeah, Jeepers Creepers, where like the guy flies. It's like a scarecrow. Whoa, what are those? What are all those little birds? Almost look like little bats. Holy shit. There's a bunch of them. They're little birds. How are you feeling? Are you feeling better, Dawson? Oh man, I need a little air up in this motherfucker. Let's get the AC on. They almost look like those, what do they call those little birds again? Oh man. Not... Yeah, unfortunately, Dawson's not feeling too good. Otherwise, she would have been with us today. She was going to come out today. But hopefully she'll feel a lot better and can join us on our next adventure. This building was pretty cool looking. I don't know what that is, man. It's like it was an old building, but... Those are swifts that you've seen. Chimney swifts. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was totally not even close to what I was thinking they were. The Amelia Earhart Bridge. And I was like, oh, I ain't flying near that bridge, man. Those birds will fuck my drone up. But we got some really beautiful shots. Oh yeah, we're almost there. 1.5 miles away. Oh, they got like a little catwalk going across those buildings. It's pretty interesting. Skywalk, catwalk, however you call it, to cross. I guess so you can go across the two buildings without having to go on the street. Pretty cool. She's just a small town boy. There's that beautiful bridge in the distance there to the right hand side of the screen. Ooh, they got a steakhouse. That looks good. Ooh, the locker room. Let's go there, man. Go get us some beers and watch the game. I don't know if that's a bar or just a liquor store. Go watch us some football. Bro, man, I know on camera you guys can't see, but this is a crazy hill to bomb. Somebody, a skateboarder, holy shit. I feel like we're talking to God, facing the sky right now, it's so freaking inclined. Alright, we're getting close though. Should be right around the corner here. Look at these beautiful homes. Oh, here it is. Wow, look at this. What a gorgeous home. Holy shit. Let me park up here and then I'll get down and show you guys what. All right, check this out. Beautiful town. All right, let's get down here. Ooh, a little windy. These beautiful homes around here, yeah. What's up, Spirit in the Sky Blue? So this is the front of it here. Now, unfortunately, it is closed today. Otherwise, they have a museum you can go in. But look at the beautiful view she had here. What a nice house, man. I guess her parents did have a little bit of money, you know. But this is her view up here. Oh, they have something that says, "We love our dogs." I wonder if they've buried some of their dogs here, but got a gorgeous view of the river, the Missouri River from here. There's the bridge. We were just down right over here at the park right down here. We flew up Sky Chopper 420 from down here and got you some beautiful views of the bridge and the water. But this is her home right there. Let's go walk over to it, get you guys a closer view. Looks like a pretty big home. This is it just from the front. Let me just make sure it's 225. Yep, it's 223. This is it. So this is the original birth home of Amelia Earhart. Love these right here. They got the little dogs out in the front. But any other day, or I think this is open. I think they're closed Sundays. They reopen, I think, back on Thursday through Saturday, Wednesday through Saturday. But they do have a museum inside that you can go into and, you know, learn. They give you a tour of the home. You can learn more about her, you know, everything. Tuesday, thank you. Oh, I heard it's gorgeous, huh? Dawson's been there before. And there you go. They've got a little plaque here. It says, Amelia Earhart, a birthplace museum. Amelia Earhart was born July 24th, 1897, in the home of her grandparents, Alfred Jean Amelia Harris Otis. The home was constructed in 1860. So this is owned by the 99s organization, which she is a part of. She was the president during her time of that organization. That's, I guess, an international organization of female pilots. Look how beautiful the glass is over here. This is gorgeous. I wonder if this is part. They also have like a in addition to the museum, they also have a gift shop. But look how gorgeous. That must be a stained glass window. He's just walking around. He was just walking over by the view. I was watching. Don't worry, Dawson. I'm watching. They've got a beautiful flag posted up here. Beautiful foyer. Man, that's a gorgeous little spot right here. See if we can peek in here a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, Tuesday they're back open, closed on Sundays and Mondays. That's a bummer. I'd figure on the weekends they'd be a little open. But to kind of peek inside a bit. That looks like a really beautiful room in there. But looks like they got a bottom area right there. That's the gift shop? Okay. So it looks like a gift shop. I wonder what that was before they turned into the gift shop, though. Must have been like, what do they call those? Like a parlor? They've got this little alley you can go down and get a little view of the side and the back of the house. Little garage. How cute. I love that. That must be such a beautiful little room in there. This is the back area here. So this is the birth home of Amelia Earhart. What a beautiful view. There's this other side here. Cute little alley you go down. Pretty cool. Beautiful homes in this neighborhood too as well. I love, like you said, the original brick road is just gorgeous. I feel like we went to that home for some reason. Well, we were close to this area when we did our first haunted house tour. Give you guys kind of a little walk. I'll walk around here and show you some of these beautiful homes. She was born upstairs in that upstairs bedroom. This one right up here, Dawson, right in the front. One of these two. I think we read about it at the Hangar Museum. I think we learned a little bit more about how long she lived at the house, because she lived in a lot of other different places too, they said. But she said she always called Atchison, Kansas, her birthplace, her original hometown. Well, it was her hometown, but she was very fond of Atchison, even though she moved to a lot of other different places throughout her lifetime. What a beautiful, cool home. Let's walk up this street a bit. Looks like everybody's got their very college-oriented home. Oh, other side. Okay, when I go towards my view. Oh, I see what you mean, the other side of the house. Look at this beautiful home. That's a huge home. They've got to separate their garages like the size of most people's homes. I love these old homes, man. This is so fucking cool. Yeah, we'll just do a little, we'll turn around up here, and then we're gonna go drive by another cool place. It's called the Gargoyle House, and it's got these really cool gargoyles on it. It's not anything you can go inside and tour, but a lot of people go over there just to take pictures of the outside because it's a really beautiful looking home. Man, these are some good looking homes. Oh, I guess it depends on how much restoration they need would be my probably best way to judge. I mean, I'm sure they all have a starting price at some point, but I think when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, it's going to matter realistically on how much work this home's going to need. But gorgeous homes, man. Holy shit. Yeah, we'll turn around here. I just wanted to see this last house over here. It was really cool looking. Well, let's see. Kansas City, Missouri is the biggest city near here. I mean, you're probably about 30 minutes to 45 minutes away from Kansas City. Maybe an hour, if that, from Topeka. Kansas City's in Missouri, Topeka's in Kansas. But you're super close to Kansas City, Missouri from here. What a beautiful row of little homes. These 1, 2, 3, 4 homes. Anyways, let's turn around and go back to the house. The Amelia Earhart birthplace house. And then we'll head out to our next destination. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. It was a nice day today, so I figured we'd do some museums and some sightseeing stuff. And boy, do I have a really fun stream planned tomorrow. I mean, I say fun. It could be scary. It could be fun. It could be all sorts of different things. You walk down there, it takes you right down to the river. There's the Missouri River right there. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be a really cool, it's going to be a day, night, early morning stream. Right. Yeah, you won't want to miss it. You got that right, Dawson. Some of you members of the jury might even be able to spam a little emoji that you got. That might even give everybody else a little hint as what do we got planned for tomorrow. Tie-dye gammy, I'm sure at some point you probably will. I think you won't be able to miss it. I wonder how many. I wish I could go around just putting like a flyer and just at everybody's door that just says, please, you know, like just basically if I can go or just go knocking on everybody's door, just do a haunted house inventory. You know, like a haunted house census. There you go. A haunted house census. Like go around and say, do you feel that your home is haunted? Yes, check. Because I can guarantee you, man, I would just be curious to see how many, because you got to understand, like we said this before. Do you know and realize how this town is haunted? Oh, look at this old thing post. Look at this post. This is old. Looks like a post to put your, tie up your horse. There you go. It's Marfin. You're hilarious. Dawson figured it out. Tie-dye gammy figured it out. Anyways, okay, so Dawson, are you saying she was born in the, is it this side or the other side of the house? Here, let's go to the front. We'll start there and then we'll go to the other side. I want to point you guys to the room that she was born at. Dawson's been here before, so she knows about this house. NJ, I was away the last days. Did the overnight at the haunted house you were going to do fall through? No. It did not, my friend. That will be tomorrow. So tomorrow and tomorrow night, I have an awesome fucking stream, paranormal stream planned for you guys. Okay, so it's the other side. Look at this house. That was right. Look at it. They must have a beautiful view because the river's right down there. So whatever that little scenic look right there is looking right at the river. So let's see here. Maybe, maybe not. You'll have to find out tomorrow. Alright, so let's go the other side. So it's not gonna be this top here, Dawson. It's gonna be, you're saying this other side here. So we're saying it's this one here. So she was born up here in one of these rooms. This one or that one? Number 1 or number 2 to the right? 1 to the left, 2 to the right. 1, 2. 1, 2. Which window was it? If I'm on the right side. It has doors that go outside. Interesting. Wait a minute. Oh, so it was down there more? I'm confused now. I don't know. Is it this one? Oh, is it this one up here? Oh my god. Oh wait, this one's got like a little its own balcony. Hold on here. Is this what you were talking about? Oh, it's down there. Okay, hold on. I want to show chat this, so let's get this right. Let's go down the alley and figure this out. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the exact room that Amelia Earhart was born in. And we only know this because Dawson, okay? So thank you, Dawson. See, show you guys a little history, man. Show you guys exactly what room she popped out of that, you know what? I'm just kidding. Was she born in this house, or was she born in... Did they say she was born in the house? Like, her mom actually gave birth to her in the house? Or was this the house she was just, you know, raised in as a child? And born, you know, possibly in a hospital? Oh, so this is it right here? So this is the room right there. She was born in that house, so that's the house that her mom gave labor to her in. I think this room right here, this is it. Or is it on this side? You said there's a door to it. Oh, this one right here. Wait, it has doors that go outside. These ones, this one, right? I'm thinking it's this one right here. That's the room right there. Yes, that's it, okay? So that's the room that she was born in right there, Amelia Earhart. Let me zoom you in there. Let's see if we see like a ghost open that up. You guys keep an eye out. Oh, this would have been a good place to do an EVP, but it's too loud. There's too much wind outside. All right, cool. Well, thank you for getting us right to the window of where she was born. That's cool. Well, there you go. Home of one of America's, well, the most famous female aviator in aviation history to this day. The pioneer for a lot of female aviators that will probably tell you the reason they got to be, or reason why they got into flying was maybe they read a story about Amelia Earhart. So, badass woman. And I hope that they do eventually find out what happened to her. I think just the whole country, I think her family would love to eventually get some type of closing as to what happened, man. What a mystery, huh? So again, this is the Amelia Earhart Birthplace Museum. All right. Did you catch anything that's sticking for the hotel with Roofer? No, we listened, and no, I didn't catch anything. I didn't get to listen to it with earbuds yet, though. But there was a lot of what do you call it? A lot of unnecessary. It was kind of a loud environment, so there's a word for it when you get a lot of like things that can kind of screw up a EVP. I forgot the exact term. Contaminated. Thank you so much, Dawson. You got it. Let's walk down this street really quick. I just want to see if there's a nice view over here of the river. I mean, up here, she had a beautiful view. Imagine standing up there, just looking right out into that Missouri River every day morning. Must have been gorgeous. It's kind of surreal to like just kind of be at the house that you know somebody was born in that like disappeared mysteriously. You know what I mean? Kind of like you almost feel like just an empty void there in a way. Like, you know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, this is like the end. This is the corner right here. So let's see what the view looks like from here. This is what I wanted to see was over this. We also listened to we had a chance to listen to the EVP sessions, the two of them that I did yesterday. We went to the Greenwood Cemetery, which is the oldest cemetery in Kansas. It's in Leavenworth, Fort Leavenworth, where Fort Leavenworth and the Leavenworth Federal Prison is in Leavenworth, Kansas. So we got the chance to visit there. and I did a little 2 EVP sessions. Oh man, I can't wait to see my drone footage of our flight over here on Sky Chopper 420. But here's a little bit of a better view. Oh man, these people got an ultimate view from right here, man. Look at this person's backyard view of the Amelia Earhart Bridge and the Missouri River. Super cool. All right, let's head back over to our car. What a beautiful neighborhood. Beautiful day to do this, man. What a gorgeous day. That house must have an amazing view of the river. Holy schmoly. All right, so we'll go check out the gargoyle house next. Let me plug that into my GPS. Gorgeous, huh? No, it's a gorgeous day today. Woo, almost fell right into that. All right, so I know that should be here. All right. There it is. Excuse me. All right, navigation. Oh shit, it's just like right down the street, dude. It's like 0.6 miles away. We'd probably walk over there. All right, let's go. We're just down the street from our next location. This is called the Gargoyle House. I don't see any geese over here, Dawson, if that's what you're referring to. Now, there was a bunch of these little birds up here, man. They were everywhere up here flying. And they were all landed. You could see them probably on my I'll show you when I get to your place on the 4K stream. I think you could see them. You could see them all perched up there. There was a bunch of them. No, I didn't see any down by the river. I think they all flew. I guess they have. So that river park we were at, guys, earlier, where we were doing the Sky Chopper 420 flying. There's these like geese that hang out there. Dawson was warning me, don't get friendly with them because they're not nice. But fortunately, we didn't have to. We didn't run into any. Because you know what? I already had forgotten your warning. All right, let me get you guys set up really quick on the old camera here. On my other mount. Get you guys back on this one here. Oh, shit. There we go. There we go. Alright, next location. Let's go! Just got to bust a little U-turn here. Oh, we're definitely going to be Austin powering it here, boys. I think we just need to do one Austin Powers. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh no, I'm going to definitely have to do another one. Oops, never mind, I spoke too soon. You know why they're mean, Dawson? You want to know why they're mean? I don't think I even have to tell you why, because I think you're probably going to read my mind. Because they're from fucking Canada is why. I'm not even trying to be mean, bro. Everybody I've met from Canada, like personally have met, they're assholes. I don't know why. Maybe it was just because they were in the United States and they act like they're just, I don't know, their shit don't stink, but yeah. One of my best friends, his girlfriend was from Canada, and she was, oh my God. She was a piece of work. We'll just leave it at that. All right, so that's a stop sign. Where are we at? Got one more we got to go to. Man, it's hard to see over these hills, man. Hopefully ain't nobody flying on them. All right, and then we'll make a right. Yeah, we're just down the street from it, man. Oh, that's a creepy ass looking house. What the fuck was that? Oh shit, man. Dude, there are so many creepy looking houses here, it's not even funny. No wonder this is the most haunted city in the United States. I don't care what people say, like, oh no, my city's haunted. No. This is it, bro. I can just feel the hauntedness coming from these houses. They definitely need to do a haunted house census, bro. It'd have to be put by the city, because nobody's just going to answer and do one for like some randos. But if you're the city and you announce it that they're doing a census, and maybe you just do it online. Just have people go online, and then like anybody that's interested, they can put their info online, and then they send like an investigator that goes over there, gets more information, and then puts it in there as a, you know, a haunted home. Whoa, look at this house. What the fuck is this house? Look at this humongous house. Hold on, we're gonna go to the gargoyle house, and then we'll just walk over to this house. Holy shit. This thing's got like a little sign in front of it. What is this? What does it say? Gallery. Oh shit, all this shit's just right down from each other. Alright, cool. We might actually even go into that place if it's open. And they don't want like $100 to give a tour, but I think you. We're rolling up on it. I'm gonna park right over here. So it's right over here. Oh yeah, it's right here. I see it. Yep, here's the gargoyle house. So I'm gonna park right here, and I'm gonna walk you there. That was it. Yeah, that was the Munich house. So they call this the gargoyle house because I guess they got these mean-ass looking gargoyles in their house. That's it right there. Let's see if we can spot the gargoyles from here before we get down. I guess they would be up at the top, right? Do you see any gargoyles? All right, let's go down and check it out. Oh my God. All right, let's check out this house. All right. I'm gonna stand far back a little bit so we can see. Let's see. Oh, I see them from right here. Look at, they're right there. Oh, those are mean gargoyles. Let's see if we can zoom in on them. Cool. So we got two of them right there. What a cool looking house. I wonder if these people were like gave out trick-or-treats during Halloween. What other gargoyles do they have? Yeah, I see one there. So they're at the top of the house. So cool. What a cool looking house. A private home. Look at how beautiful this front stone is though, man. Like, fucking gorgeous house. Let's see if they have any more gargoyles.
Ooh, I think they just have those gargoyles. Just those two at the top. What a cool looking house. Yeah, there's a better view of them from right there. I wonder if those are original. That would be cool though if they were original, you know, to the house. Spooky looking house. Are those lights they have up there? That'd be pretty cool. Make this place look really cool at night. I think they are lights. How cool. Yes, I only see 2 gargoyles, but there are really cool gargoyles. Excuse me, how are you doing? But yeah, that's the gargoyle home. Unfortunately, they don't do any type of private tours, just somebody's residential house. But really pretty house. But those are the 2 gargoyles, and I'm trying to get you guys a little bit better view there. Yeah, Tie-Dye Gammy, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And I hope you have a better day and you're feeling good. But yeah, there's the other side there. So it looks like I just see 2 gargoyles. I was thinking they were maybe going to have them like at every corner, you know. But those are some pretty gnarly gargoyles, man. I must say. Oh, hold on. They're Griffiths. I'm going to get in trouble. They're not even gargoyles. They're Griffiths. Technically, if you want to be technical, they're Griffiths. All right, let's go down to the Munich house. The Munich house, if it's open, we might be able to tour inside. I love all the old stone. But what a cool, just beautiful neighborhood. Nice wide open streets. Got the red brick, man. Really cool. All right. But yeah, it just continues. These gorgeous homes everywhere, man. There's another red brick home over there. But yes, that is the famous. You know, this one's got a really spooky tune to it, though, man. I'll say, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of old homes everywhere, but man, this one just really has just got that vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like just freaking. Oh, so I think there might be 3. There's one right there facing just straight. So I think there's 3. I think I counted 2, but there may be 3. Because there's one facing directly right up there, see? How cool. Waiting for somebody to open up the window and flip me off. Should we just walk down to the Munich house from here? Or is this like right there? Let's do that. And if we're going to go inside, I'll just come back and get my car. I might as well. Make sure I still got my keys somewhere. Yeah, let's put those around my neck. Man, poor mailman or delivery people, man. You want to do Uber or DoorDash here, you're definitely going to be a skinny person going up and down all these stairs. Somebody's barbecuing. It smells delicious. Oh, man, now I want to get some burger. Oh, man, yeah. It smells good. Go see who's barbecuing and see if they'd like to invite. All right, let's go down to the Munich house. Give these people some space. Ooh, I can see it from right here. What a gorgeous house. Holy shit. Look at, you can see the witch's tower from the witch's peak, however a roofer calls them. What a gorgeous, gorgeous house. Hello. All right, let's get back on here. I wanted to give that guy some pretty interesting, some landscaping here on a little hill here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll give you a little tour of the outside. I'm a little tired right now walking around from that museum, but show you guys the outside here. The inside's gorgeous, too. Don't get me wrong. But I'm a little walked out. I think I'm getting a little hangry is what it is. That burger got me all... I don't see a lot of cars parked here, so I don't know if they are open today, but let's see. It's called the Munich Gallery, Brandon Tackett, abstract photographs. So it's like an art gallery. Plus they also show you like some of the stuff inside the home. We'll do kind of a walk around here, but what a beautiful home, huh? Look at that, looks like a patio right there. Another patio right there. Beautiful front patio right here. It's weird, it doesn't look like it's open, but maybe it is. It's also getting a little late in the day, so maybe it opens or closes early on Sundays. But it's cool, I'm having fun just looking at it from the outside. They got a little piece of art, they got a little bench thing. Oh, that's a beautiful witch's tower, man. I can see, that's probably a patio. Yeah, that was the patio out there. Man, this place got a lot of little outside patios. How cool. There's a room inside that you can see's got stained glass, and I can guarantee it's probably, there's some beautiful stained glass here. That'd be really the only thing I was interested in looking at was just some of the stained glass, but I can see it from right out here. They got an enclosed patio with a screen there. Dude, these homes are so fucking humongous. I don't know if that's part of the home right here. I would imagine, yeah, it's on the property. See, they all have like a little grandma's home attached to their other home. Oh, is this phone starting to die a bit? Let's see. I think it just went on its little, oh yeah, I'm down to 5% battery. All right, so let's go back to the car because I gotta charge up anyway. So I guess it kind of worked out because I would have lost you guys going inside there. But yeah, let's get you guys charged up. How cool. Yeah, that is the Munich Gallery. Gorgeous home. All right. Hang tight with me. I want to get my brightness up really quick. Come on, man. Oh, it's going to have me do it like this. So just start walking in the car. Oh, there it is. Now I got the brightness up. Down to 4%, but at least I can see what I'm doing. All right, now we got to walk over the car. But welcome everybody coming in the chat. We're just touring around the area since it's a nice day today. Doing a little of an Amelia Earhart tour. All right. But yeah, what a cool neighborhood, man. We started off earlier in the day at the Amelia Earhart Memorial Bridge. Got you guys awesome view from Sky Chopper 420. Then we went over to the Amelia Earhart Hangar Museum. Got to look at some cool stuff there, including the only Electra plane in existence. And got to see the original birthplace of Amelia Earhart. Got to see the Gargoyle House. Got to see the outside of the Munich House. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to, man? Alright, let's get in the car. Get you guys on a battery. A charge. Alright.
All right, my friends. Yes, so I think we're going to be ending today's stream because I got to get rest. I got to get ready for tomorrow's big stream. I got to get prepped, make sure my equipment's good to go. We've got a huge stream tomorrow, man. I mean, I'm telling you, this is basically the what we've been building up all week for. You know what I mean? This is probably going to be like the fucking, I wouldn't say the awesomest part yet because we haven't done it yet. But I mean, it's probably going to be one of the highlights of the many fun, cool things we've done here on this trip, which has been awesome. I mean, I've shared a lot with you guys, but there's some stuff that I haven't been able to share. A lot of it's just because I don't have data. That, I mean, it's just such amazing views I've had, amazing experiences I've had. It's been such a great trip so far. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be like the culmination of everything we've been doing. Kind of getting you guys prepped with some of these little paranormal things, giving you a little bit of some, little hints and clues as to what we had coming. Tomorrow is the big day for it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys tune in. I'll be putting notifications out. Might even have like a little preview video. Who knows, all right? But either way, we'll be going live tomorrow doing some really cool shit. You don't want to miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss it at all. Spirit and Sky Blue, thank you for being here. I want to say a big thank you to all my friends, all the members of the jury. Thank you for all being here. All the mods, thank you for all your continued hard work. Thank you for everybody that's helped support this IRL road trip, whether it's financially, whether it's been through just getting thumbs up, being here in chat, man. It all helps, man, and I appreciate it. You guys have made this a wonderful road trip so far. I've got to meet a lot of great people, got to meet Roofer, Dawson, got to make some cool friends along the way, like Chance, the guy at the bait shop, all right? My buddy Mateo that I met, you guys, that was off stream at the, what was that? Arby's restaurant, man. A lot of nice, cool people. But, yeah, I've had a great time so far, and the fun continues, man. But tomorrow's going to be a big stream. Get ready for it. Get some rest, you guys, because you guys are going to have to be up with us all night, making sure nothing happens to us. And it's going to get spooky, man. It's going to get spooky as shit. Let me just leave it at that, all right? I hope everybody that's not feeling good today gets better. I'm going to be praying for you guys. And don't forget, keep that head on a swivel. Check that 6 every once in a while. Most importantly, take some time to love somebody. We need a lot of that going around right now. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have have a wonderful rest of your Sunday afternoon. Sunday fun day. There's a lot. Please don't drink and drive. Just fucking spend $8 to $10. Get you a fucking Uber, man. All right? But be safe, folks. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Be here. Be ready. Fucking awesome stream's going to go down. I'll just leave it at that, and you guys will have to wait for the rest of it. All right, everybody. Have a great, wonderful Sunday. Love you guys as always. NJ Courts is officially